What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another Simply Reliable Studios watch-along presentation. Today, it is NXT Roadblock live from the theater at Madison Square Garden. I am part of your pre-show team, the Renegade of Wrestling, J.J. Williams, and I am joined by...
The He-Man, James Hebert, ladies and gentlemen. I will be here for pre-show, of course. And then Noah will take over from my stead once he arrive. So,
C,
senor. But yes, we are here for NXT Roadblock. And, oh, yay, the graphics are in here. I just couldn't see because for some reason it whites them out for some reason. But yeah, they're here. Yay. So we're going to run down the card quickly, I'm sure. But yes. Thank you, everybody, for joining up in the chat. We already have 5 people watching with us. Hello, Lily. Good to see you.
I'm surprised she's here with us and not watching her husband on the No DQ review.
I was about to say, maybe she's watching both. She can multitask.
That's true. That's true. Maybe she's multitasking. One on the laptop, one on the phone.
I mean, she does live with him, so she's probably just seeing him on the review, keeping an eye on him.
Making sure he doesn't start drooling for his mamacitas.
Yes, exactly. Ooh, excuse me. Wow. Sorry, just had dinner. But speaking of mamacitas, there are some women on this card, hopefully. Yes.
See, we have 2 women's matches. We have 3 men's matches. 3 title matches, a street fight. We've got the LFG coaches are going to be in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of good stuff here.
Yep, and we're going to just kick it off with the first women's match.
You know what? I like Lee's logic here. If I watch him, it gives Aaron's the view. I'd rather be here. No offense to Aaron giving Walter the view. That is a good, supportive wife right there.
That's true. NXT versus TNA. Very fair point.
We got some NXT versus TNA matches here tonight.
Mm-hmm. We will be getting to them momentarily, but first, the women's contest for tonight's festivities. We got.
Oh, wow, you're hitting this with the big guns right
away. This is the match I'm definitely looking forward to the most.
That's fair. I'm sure you want to talk about it in case Noah gets here. You get your thoughts out. So go ahead, bro.
The NXT North American Women's Champion, Stephanie Vaquer, versus the NXT World Women's Champion, Guilia.
La Primera versus the Beautiful Madness.
They have been hyping this up for a while now. And they're finally coming in the clash.
They both debuted.
Yep. This feels like a pay-per-view on free TV, by the way.
It is.
Pretty much.
NXT basically does pay-per-views, PLEs, every other month.
Mm-hmm.
So on the months that they don't do PLEs, they tend to do television specials.
Yeah.
Kind of like AEW's got, Winter is Coming. Beach Break.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. These are those shows for NXT.
Very true. It's very much a pay-per-view heavy feel tonight, and they're having a champion versus champion match. Are both titles on the line very similar to Oba and Moose, or not?
Both titles are not on the line in Oba versus Moose, but they are both on the line here.
There you go. So.
A lot of people got confused with the Oba Moose match because of Oba's accent. Oba said Titan versus Titan, but because of his accent, it sounded like title versus title.
Oh my God.
So that's where a lot of confusion came in. It is the X Division champion Moose versus the NXT World Champion Oba Femi, but it is only for Oba's NXT Championship.
That is fair. Well, there you go.
Similarly, we have Fraxiom versus the Hardy Boys.
Mm-hmm.
NXT Tag Team Champions versus the TNA Tag Champions. It is only for the Hardys Championship.
TNA tag titles on the line. Yep.
Not on the line here.
Oh, they're not on the line?
No, the NXT tag titles are not on the line in this match, just the TNA tag titles.
Right, that's what I said.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You were talking, and I was saying Fraxioms are not on the line at the same time, so you didn't
Fair enough.
catch all that. The only match where both belts are on the line is this women's match. Stephanie Vaquer, the NXT Women's North American Champion, versus Guilia, the NXT Women's Champion.
I feel like they should call this event instead of Roadblock, it's Night of Champions, because that's basically what it's become. We got champion versus champion matches.
But we have two matches that are not title matches whatsoever. As we got Roxanne Perez versus Jordynne Grace, and we've got a New York City street fight between All Ego, Ethan Page, and Javon Evans. So you can't really call it Night of Champions because those two matches are not title matches, and as far as we know, have no title implications.
Fair point. Very fair point. But I got to tell you, from following Javon in DPW to see where he's at now is crazy in a short amount of time. Like, this dude was a rookie when he started in the Carolinas, which is where DPW is based off of. So to see how quickly he's come up the ranks to the point where he's in a high-profile feud, this could be a number one contenders match to the championship when all is said and done. I'm convinced one of these guys is going either for the North American title or the world title. It wouldn't surprise me either way.
And I feel the same way about Roxanne versus Jordynne. I feel like whoever wins that match will probably be the number one contender. I'm guessing for the North American title, or see, I don't know, because there's such speculation and rumor out there that Julia is injured. So there's a 99.9% chance that if that information is accurate, Stephanie Vaquer is walking out with both titles. But what do we do with both titles? You would assume Stephanie would keep the world title and she'd want to get rid of the North American title.
No.
Or does she defend both titles? She could be the fighting champion of champions, defend the women's championship 1 week on NXT, then the following week the North American title, then the following week the women's championship.
Very defending champion.
And every other week she's defending one of those belts. Or we end up with, like a multi-person ladder match for the women's North American title match.
Very, very accurate. Very true.
So it's crazy how this is going to go. And if Julia is in fact injured, God, that sucks for her, because she just was getting her footing here in the States.
Yeah, but Stephanie's been on a roll too. Like, that's the problem. They're like the 1A, 1B right now, the women's division at the moment.
See, and I'm not really sure how I feel about that, because on the one hand, you've got these two international women's talents. You can even throw Jordynne Grace in there.
Yep.
That should be at the top of any division. But on the flip side of that coin, you've got all these NXT women that have been cutting and grinding for a couple of years now. Your Fallon Henleys, your Cora Jades, your Lash Legends, your Kehlani Jordans.
Willow Vice.
And that automatically bumps these women down.
Yeah, a little bit.
And I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I feel like those names that have been there for a minute should get precedent over the flavor of the month.
I agree, but here's the problem with that.
And I only use flavor of the month because they're new to the company. I'm not trying to downplay the work of Julia, right, Stephanie, or Jordynne. You know that. I respect those three women. So,
yeah. So this is my logic to it. At the end of the day, Sometimes you have to have exceptions, and these three women are the absolute exception because they're too talented not to put right at the top of the card.
But
They've
in that,
long paid their dues anyway, to be honest.
but to counterpoint that, why don't you put them at the top of the card on the main roster?
Yeah, that's a good point, too.
I mean, do we really need to see more Bailey? Do we really need to see more Charlotte? Do we really need to see more Candice LeRae?
Mm.
As much as I love her, do we really need to see more Natalia? When was the last time she was featured heavily? Do we need to see more Shayna Baszler?
NXT and against Lola Vice. That was the last time, to be
Do we
honest.
need to see more Shayna Baszler?
No.
These women have had their time. Replacing them with Julia, Stephanie, Jordynne, Roxanne, Lola, or Jada, take your pick.
Both.
Well, I've rattled off 5, I think, from the main roster, so I've given 5 from NXT.
Sure.
You know, I'm just saying, like, there's the next crop is waiting to be brought up.
That's fair.
And replace those names. And I didn't think Stephanie and Julia needed to win titles in NXT anyways. I figured they would get called up with the draft. You know, kind of like how we've been talking about with Jordynne. If anything, they were only there through WrestleMania time because they didn't want to try to sandwich them in on the main roster. So there's no reason for them to be getting championships if they're only going to be there for a couple of months.
Yes, that's fair.
Thank you, Safed, for keeping the gimmick running.
Of course.
It's a Candice LeRae thing if you don't know.
So, with that said, because I don't want to harp on that too much, but I do agree with you. I do. I feel like there's so much that they're trying to do with the women on there right now, even with the women you just mentioned, because they're all in angles with maybe the exception of Candice, I think. So,
well, Candice has been part of the Tiffany angle because of Nia.
So there you go. Like the problem is
Shayna's not in anything.
Shayna.
Natalia's not in anything.
No.
Bailey's big angle right now is with Roxanne, who's from NXT.
Yep. True that. But hey, we'll see what happens with it. I tend to agree, but at the same time, it's like the women's division in NXT. I love that it's so stacked right now because it's actually making it must see. So with that said, I ain't complaining. That said, this is a division that's slowly coming back into prominence, the NXT Tag Team division, with the Hardys making their return to WWE in NXT, defending their TNA Tag Team titles against Fraxiom. So there you go.
This I think, is going to build to a major match at Stand and Deliver.
I agree.
You know, we've got this match here tonight. They're not going to do anything at Sacrifice because they've already got Matt and Jeff both booked. Jeff is in a ladder match against Moose for the X Division title, and Matt is part of the 10-man steel cage clusterfuck. Yeah, it's Myers, Edwards, JDC, and the Colognes versus Joe Hendry, Elijah, Matt, Leon Slater, and Nick Nemeth inside of a cage.
God damn, okay.
Like I said, 10-man clusterfuck. So they've got both Hardys booked on Sacrifice, which is going to be this Friday. We're going to be covering it here on Simply Reliable Studios.
They should have brought back the lockdown cage, just saying.
So the next major match or show would be Unbreakable.
Right.
Which is the Thursday before Stand and Deliver, before WrestleMania. So I could see them running it back there and possibly doing it for Fraxiom's NXT titles on the TNA pay-per-view.
Yep.
And then you do the rubber match either at Stand and Deliver or at Rebellion.
No, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, Stand and Deliver would be like 2 days later, so I don't know if you would run it back that quickly. especially without an NXT episode to make it known on. Like you would have to make it known at Unbreakable that you're running it back in 2 days.
Yeah,
Predictions would have already been done. Like it would throw a whole lot of shit into an upheaval. So I don't know if you run it back that quick, but that's my philosophy there.
that's fair. That's absolutely fair. I mean, I feel like they're going to back a lot of these matches you're seeing here on Stand and Deliver. I can't imagine why you wouldn't. The only exception to the rule is I feel like this is me. Who's the current champion for the North American title? Like
For
that's
the
like
men or
yeah
for
for
the
the men.
women?
For the men, that's D'Angelo, right?
No, Tony D lost it to Sean Spears last week.
Okay, so there you go. Um, I feel like that's the only exception to the rule is going to be Grace taking on Stephanie, and then there's going to be a multi-man match, I think, for the NXT North American title, which is going to include Tony D, Sean Spears, Javon Evans, Ethan Page, Ricky Saints, and probably one other person, maybe Stax Lorenzo.
That would be interesting having Stax and Tony in the match at the same time to see where loyalties lie.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought process on that. If you want to add two more, I'm thinking Ace Austin from TNA and Wesley to kind of continue the Rascals feud going. So there you go. There's your eight.
Why not do Trey Miguel or Zachary Wentz instead of Ace Austin then?
Sure. Either way, doesn't matter to me. I'm thinking Ace Austin because I know Ace has been feuding with the bootleg Rascals recently. That's kind of my thought process to that. And plus, he would bang in a ladder match as we've seen. So there is that. Although I don't know if he'll be free. Oh no, yeah, the Chris Bay show is until way later after Mania, right?
No, it's before. It'll be the 23rd of this month.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, he'll be hopefully good. Maybe that's kind of my thought process. Again, you're right on the rest of the Rascals though. You slot one of those three in there, and there you go. Speaking of NXT versus TNA, the match.
The match that everybody except for Noah has been waiting for. Like me and Walter have been calling this since Jordynne Grace showed up on NXT television ahead of Battleground last year.
Mm.
We have said if there is a partnership here, give me Moose versus Obafemi. Similar height, similar weight, similar build, two Nigerian monsters. Put them in the ring, just let them clash.
Mm-hmm.
And Noah's been all about give it up. It's not going to happen. They haven't worked together in how long? Blah, blah, blah.
Right. Yeah.
And now it's happening. And I said, as soon as JDC crossed the line, if this is the catalyst to get Moose over here, let it happen. 2 weeks later, I think it was, fucking Moose was on NXT television.
Exactly. Ooh. Ooh.
Maiko
Ooh.
Satomura would actually have to show up on an episode of television for that to even be possible. I haven't seen Maiko Satomura on television in almost 2 years.
Okay.
No, that ain't happening, Chris.
But okay, but to your point earlier though, if Stephanie does the thing that Rollins did and defend the title separately instead of together, I could actually see them do that. I could.
She would have to make her presence known on television, and she hasn't been seen on television for at least 18 months, if not 2 years. That just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't, but if
Like,
you
she
have
would have to be there tonight, show up, after the match, get in Stephanie's face. Like, shit would have to hit the ground running tonight.
okay, so this is my thought process, and this is actually how you can book yourself out of a corner to make Stephanie look strong and find a way to make it work. So, my thought process is you have two separate title defenses by Stephanie. Stephanie loses the North American title as she wins tonight to Jordynne Grace. During
You
the
wouldn't rather have Jordynne versus Stephanie for the world title?
I would, but considering they need a top dog in the NXT North American title division, if Giulia is in fact hurt, slot Jordynne in there, no problem. You know what I mean? So that's my logic. That's my logic.
I feel your logic there, and I don't want to bring it down, but I still feel like there's the possibility of Jordynne being aligned with Naomi on the main roster.
Could be.
Yeah. Why would you give Jordynne a championship if you're going to move her after Mania?
Good point. Very good point.
I would rather have her challenge Stephanie at Stand and Deliver, have Stephanie vanquish the Juggernaut, and then Jordynne debut on the main roster, revealing she was with Naomi.
That's a fair point, too.
Because you just made Stephanie look hella strong by having her go over Jordynne Grace.
Yeah, true. But then you would have to give the belt to Meiko Satomura if you do that match. So maybe you're right. You probably can't put her in there. My only logic is that I feel like they would do that for the North American title. And if they need a top dog there, and for some reason they go with Walter's idea and it's Cameron instead of Jordynne, that leaves Jordynne with basically nothing to do. So you might as well give her the North American title, build that division. So it's my thought. But Moose and Oba, real quick. I'm really looking forward to this match. This is probably the most I've looked forward to a men's match in NXT, and I don't even know how long, to be honest.
Yeah, and we know DJ and Ropes are looking forward to it. The hosts of Rock and Ropes every Friday and Sunday on the X Spaces.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been Oba's been fantastic. We know Moose is great. You want to talk about Rookie of the Years last year. I don't know how Oba wasn't on that list because he was unbelievable. And yeah, I mean, just come up wise. He is a main eventer in a very short amount of time. I think you could put him on the main roster tomorrow, and I think he'd be fantastic. That's how good he has become. He knows who he is. He knows how to present himself. He feels like a star. He feels larger than life.
He definitely does, but I feel like if he goes to the main roster right now, he gets lost.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, as skill-wise and presentation-wise, he's ready. That's how good he has become. So, I'm not saying you do it right away. Don't rush it. But, I'm loving it. Always thought Moose was highly underrated. We're finally going to get to see another crossover with Moose involved. Last time there was a TNA partnership, Moose was also involved in a title match then as well. Back then it was for the TNA World Championship against Kenny Omega on TNA. It was a TNA pay-per-view at the time during the pandemic era. So he did not win there. Will history repeat itself here tonight against Oba? Little history lesson for y'all there. Yay. I actually provided and contributed.
We will be finding out soon enough. That is sure.
And you know what else we'll be finding out soon enough, JJ? What's coming up here on the Watch Along schedule? We'll run those two trailers right now. Take a look at what we got coming up for the entirety of this year going into next year, and then the next year after that, and then what's coming up for Mania month. Check this out.
And now for a taste of things to come.
All the tings. We do them. So yeah, I was gonna play the other trailer, but then I realized you have all that in that trailer, so it actually makes sense that I hyped it up after that. So yay. But yeah, we got a lot going on. It's fantastic, and
Yes.
some
Lots
variation.
of shit.
Lots of shit, indeed. You will be seeing some variation of all of us doing commentary. Probably new people coming into commentary throughout this entire month of Mania hype. So be on the lookout, folks. Going to be a crazy, crazy week. And speaking of crazy weeks, I shall take my leave. But before I do, let me introduce to you the play-by-play man extraordinaire for tonight's festivities. He is the simple man with the spectacular voice, Noah Foster.
Hello.
The tired simple man. Hey.
Hey.
Yes. Sinus headaches fucking suck.
Yeah, no shit.
Other than being tired and having a sinus headache, Noah, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. Looking forward to NXT tonight. Good to see you all once again as we're removed from Monday Night Raw. We're back here in the God, and but this time in the theater, as we'll see who hits a detour as we've come face to face with Roadblock. We'll see if crossing the line was worth TNA's chance here for Moose and the Hardys as we have gold on the line from TNA. We'll see who gets all the go between Julian and Vaquer, Jordynne, Grace, Roxanne, Perez running it back. Javon Evans, Ethan Page with a street fight, and so much more. As again, we'll see who is on their way to stand deliver without hitting a detour all tonight for NXT Roadblock. And it's good to see y'all once again.
All right, with that being
always
said,
good to be seen. Go ahead, James.
I was just about to say, have a good call, gents, and I'll see y'all very, very soon for Walter's Spaces tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
Yes.
Appreciate it, James. And James Hebert. Follow him, Jay Hebert side 95, as we're just waiting for NXT to kick off here in less than a minute before going live on the ZW. Of course, you all can follow on with us by following the CW if you can, if you have the channel. Otherwise, we're happy to be that content for you for NXT. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, PayPal the Passions, or if you want to take to the conversation, super chat, simple as that. Subscribe, especially today, to Rage of Wrestling because that man is reliable and he deserves it. Damn it. But this is your brand, JJ. Here we are, NXT. Less than a minute to go, and we'll see tonight who will be on their way to stand deliver and who truly hits a low roadblock on their way to WrestleMania weekend.
I'm looking forward to it, man. There's some good stuff in store for us. We've got 5 matches and a segment booked as the LFG coaches are going to be in the house. Booker T, of course, always there as one of the color commentators, but Mickey James, Bubba Ray Dudley, and the dead man himself, The Undertaker, will all be in attendance as well.
All right. Well, that being said, this week of incredible all the wrestling content continues at Super Studios Live Watch Along event schedule from AEW to Monday Night Raw. Here is to NXT. Let's begin do this, folks. Buckle up, because it's time for NXT Roadblock.
Yep, and I do have a stream. I've got the Forever right now.
Let me see the New York skyline. Yeah.
Together.
There we go.
And there's the skyline.
And you are looking virtually live once again from the beautiful skyscraper line skyline of New York City. We're at the Mecca once again of sports, entertainment, and professional wrestling, Madison Square Garden. But today we're in the theater as NXT hits one last stop before they stand and deliver. Welcome, everybody, to NXT Roadblock. Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to Summer Studios. Noah Foster, Renegade Wrestling, JJ Williams. We are here because we love to incorporate, celebrate, engage in all the wrestling. Tonight it's NXTNA as we see the ruler of Femi coming into the building because, of course, tonight he will defend its NXT champion against the face of the franchise, the former TNA World Champion and current X Division champion, Moose, in a first time ever one-on-one matchup. And running it back from Corrigan Hall, These two go one-on-one for the first time ever in NXT, where all the gold's on the line, as Guilia defends the NXT Women's Championship against Femi Vaquer for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Winner take all. Two of the biggest marquee matches tonight on a loaded card at NXT Roadblock. Let's freaking go, JJ.
Absolutely. What are we starting off with here? Because I've got my volume down, so.
And it looks like we're kicking things off to the extreme and high speed. It is time for our TNA Tag Team Championship match as Fraxiom enters the building. Oh, boy.
How crazy would it be, Noah, if Fraxiom dethroned the Hardys ahead of Sacrifice this Friday?
Well, considering that the Hardys are defending the gold this Friday, but Jeff Hardy has a chance to become X Division champion this Friday. Of course, we'll be covering TNA Sacrifice. It definitely would be a groundbreaking opportunity and moment in what has been truly a year of WTF, with NXT coming in alive, that I would not wear out tonight. We thought this team was on the verge of bringing up 2 or 3 other times since beating Chase U. When it comes to the gold, they have become the strongest tag team in the wrestling business before the Hardys came back home. Speaking of which, here comes Team Extreme. And Lily, I'm doing very well. Matthews, Safette, Christopher, Rods, Charles. It's good to see y'all once again. Kate Rare, thank you all always for your continued love and support and engagement here with us here in the Simple Hour Studios, because you all make this possible. And I hope that y'all enjoy the continued festivities and the reactions and commentary. Delete, 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 delete. 3 decades, JJ, the Hardys have defined tag team wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely. And they still look like they haven't missed a step. They're a little bit older, a little bit wiser. Bodies are a little bit more broken down than they were 30 years ago.
You think?
But once that bell sounds and they get moving in the ring, they look just like they did back in 99, 2000, when they were feuding with Edge and Christian, the Dudleys, the Acolytes, the New Age Outlaws, the Hollies, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, and you're just talking about the old school WF days. Let's look at TNA when you figure about the all-time TNA greats. America's Most Wanted, Beer Money, Team 3D, and of course the previous TNA Tag Team Champions, the System, not to mention the ABC. And there you see those beautiful TNA, you heard me right, TNA Tag Team Championship straps are on the line against the NXT Tag Team Champions, Fraxiom. Why Fraxiom looks to really claim themselves as the best tag team of all time. Here we go.
Bell rings for our opening contest, Noah. Nathan Frazier getting outside. Axiom is going to start for Fraxiom, and looks like he's going to be starting up against Matt Hardy, version 1.
The real best version. Of course, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy have had their own fair shares of identity crisis. Matt Hardy one time was iconic, and it led him to the TNA World Championship. And of course, most of his career, people know in this day and age, he was broken and woken, then broken again. And now he's back with his brother Jeff Hardy. Shout out, by the way, to the NXT correspondents, Vic Joseph, Booker T, Corey Graves, Jeff Schreiber, and Mike Rome. It's one of those things, though, JJ. We look at the combination of Fraxiom. We look at Axiom, former Heritage Cup holder. We look at Nathan Frazier, a pupil of Seth freaking Rollins, Tyler Black, and the way that they just gel so well together in both, in a way, have a similar style. Nice sit out there for the cover and kick out at 2. You can really draw a lot of comparisons, though, to both of these teams when you figure about their style in the ring.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, you want to talk about complimenting each other. The Hardys, being familial, are always going to compliment each other better than 2 men that were rivals that were thrown together.
Yeah, it's also one of those things, though, where, again, you literally grow up with a brother in this business, blood brother. It doesn't get more close than that when it comes to building a relationship, or in this case, probably the best tag team of all time across multiple generations. TNA, HOG, ROH, WWE, wherever they've gone, tag team championships follow them and still do. Nice chin breaker there. Clothesline follow up by the Hardys. Good combination offense covered by Matt on Axiom. Gets a 2 count. 2 near falls so far in this match for the champions. And of course, we talk about championship action. There's also confrontational action. And we got Javon Evans preparing for a New York street fight against All Ego Ethan Page, who no doubt is looking to twist his grin once again. First ever tables match, of course. We think about tables, tires, and chairs. 3 things defined by Team Extreme. You talked about Team 3D and the Hardys before in ENC. Combination office now is Fraxiom's back in the ring. Swing and a miss. Slow back kick. Oh, nice combination. Up kick there. Arm drag into the drop kick. Sends Jeff Hardy to the outside. And Fraxiom might be looking to fly as David Frazier at the tope suicide to the outside.
Great double team offense there by the NXT Tag Team Champions.
NXT Tag Team Champions who have defended those titles against a who's who of tag teams, including most recently Josh Briggs and Inamura pressing Noah with a tope con. Hello goes Nathan Frazier.
Jesus.
The NXT Tag Team Champions are fired up here tonight in the Garden, and Axiom at the moonsault to the outside.
Great springboard into that moonsault. I thought he was going to slip there, but you notice he's paused for a second. Make sure he had his footing before executing. Look at it again here.
Beautiful
Pause,
poise,
pause.
balance.
There we go.
Beautiful poise, balance, and execution. Flawless tag team dynamics so far. Can Fraxiom make him become TNA Tag Team Champion? Stay tuned. Wrestler Quiet Picture in Picture. Fuck television. Right
You're
now,
lucky. I'm not in the producer seat. I can't throw up the fuck television counter.
I know someone's going to freaking have you come in the chat. Keep up the count with themselves. Nice suplex. Shoot the half. Float over. Lateral press for a 2 count for David Frazier. And of course, we saw Jeff and Matt Hardy. I saw live. Of course, return home together in TNA last year at Against All Odds and win the TNA Tag Team Championships from the system. Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards are bound for glory in Full Metal Mayhem. Nice over the top snapmare there. Netbreaker covered by Frazier again. Gets a 2 count. The Hardys, of course, have defended those titles so far successfully against the Rascals and the system, including a tables match.
Never trust the system.
No. But again, will we trust the face of the franchise to possibly upset the ruler of NXT tonight? That's definitely going to be what everyone's going to have their eyes on, besides all the NXT women's gold on the line, as we're kicking things off here hot. And to your point, so much more to come. Speaking of NXT NA, we're running back what happened last year at NXT Battleground, UFC Apex. Crucifix, though, get a 2 count, though, by Axiom. Nearly pinned Matt Hardy there, as we'll have Jordynne Grace versus Roxanne Perez 2, where Jordynne Grace came in as TNA Knockouts World Champion, going after Roxanne Perez's NXT Championship. Jury is still out. If it wasn't for Ash by Elegance, Jordynne Grace could have made history as the first TNA wrestler to win gold in WWE. Tag made by Axiom to Frazier and double team as he catches him with the Insiguri. Beautiful German suplex follow-up, super kick combination. NXT Tag Team Champions working on all cylinders. Running shooting star. Cover on Matt the win. Kick out at 2. Woof. Action faster than you can call it or see it. Don't blink, folks.
Yeah, definitely. Axiom and Frazier are definitely the epitome of what the Hardys were back in 98, 99, 2000.
And again, Hardys literally show their shirt saying from there to infinity. Doesn't look like they're ready to give it up yet. Covered by Frazier, gets a 2 count again. It's also one of those things right now, considering to your point, we got the 10-man tag for the first ever steel cage match in 5 years in TNA. This Friday on TNA Sacrifice, not to mention Corey J from NXT will challenge Monster Slamovic for the TNA Knockouts World Championship.
Yes, that 10-man clusterfuck coming up on Friday.
In a steel cage, because why the fuck not? It's not even Lethal Lockdown. Nice headlock takeover there as Frazier has grounded the TNA Tag Team Champion, Matt Hardy, in the center of the ring, isolating him away from his brother. And again, we do wonder, though, if the tag champions were to lose tonight. Yes, the Hardys will retain, but would that influence the Hardys to maybe go after them again for the NXT Tag Team Champions? We are back here live in the Garden, New York City, MSG. This is NXT NA. TNA Tag Team Champions on the line. Nice neckbreaker there by Matt Hardy, trying to regain control here against Nathan Frazier and maybe reach out to make a tag to his brother, his partner. And look at this showcase of agility here. Beautiful shooting star for a near fall. And Matt Hardy and Frazier, tag to Jeff, tag to Axiom. And we see Jordynne Grace, the juggernaut, the history maker, the trailblazer. And of course, newly minted and signed now in NXT, getting ready for a match of the night against Jordynne Grace.
One arm push-ups, Jesus.
Again, Jordynne Grace is a genetic freak, and I mean that politely. Hard landing for Perez on the outside. Elbow drop denied, as it looks like Axiom might be looking for the cross armbar. Cross armbar, like roll up by Hardy. Gets a 2 count. Great barrel there by Jeff Hardy. Talk about again.
Great shift of weight there for Jeff Hardy to try and get that close 2 count.
Gourdbuster for retainment as Frazier breaks it up. You talk about the wear and tear, the miles that the Hardys have traveled to get here, and to still be on top here in the tag team wrestling scene. It looks like Frazier right now might be looking to follow again with some Pirates offense. So Matt Hardy just caught him into a stomp back on the floor.
Gorgeous side effect. To your point, no, I'm about a couple of seconds behind, but it's all good. We'll fix it later.
And right now we're isolated with Jeff Hardy and Axiom in the ring, as with streaming services and anything related to the internet.
Jeff Hardy staying on top of Axiom here, to your point, in the center of the ring.
Just the fade
Kick to the midsection.
Oh. Next submission. Wait a minute. Blind tag to Matt Hardy. To your point, JJ, again, that awareness, and they have isolated Axiom. Oh! Plot twist by the Hardys to win, and a kick out at 2. That beautiful combination of the twisted fade into the stunner. Woo! I'm probably only making my headache worse here right now, but I'm on a high octane right now with this match. This match has been awesome.
Mm-hmm. Matt stalking his prey here. Delete, delete, delete. Jeff going up top already.
Get to the midsection. Twist up. No. Counter. Oh, no. Ooh.
Matt sent right into Jeff. Jeff crouched on the top rope there.
Big super kick by Axiom, tapping to Frazier, and Axiom and Frazier might be looking to capitalize here. Might be looking for a double team of their own. Uh-oh.
Looking for that Spanish fly here.
Jeff Hardy hunt Axiom to the top rope. One man Spanish fly! And the Phoenix follow up, may rise. Phoenix splash by Nathan Frazier cover. 2 tag team champions. Matt saves it at 2.5.
That combination, Noah, has won virtually every match for Fraxiom. The Spanish fly into the Phoenix splash.
Unbelievable.
We almost had new TNA tag team champions right there.
Yeah, history was almost made here tonight in NXT TNA for the first time. Oh! Axiom drop by Matt Hardy. Frazier trying to come in. His partner catches Matt Hardy with Enziguri. Jeff Hardy and Frazier still legal, by the way. And Jeff Hardy takes down Frazier. You cannot question the heart of any of these 4 men here and the drive to win, to prove they're the best. Whitburn the win, wipes out Fraxiom. 2-1 special for Jeff Hardy. Oh! Twist the fake, cover to retain, kick out 2.
Jesus Christ, what is it going to take for the Hardys to put Fraxiom down? Well, Jeff Hardy cannot believe it here.
That's got to be right now stirring in the minds of the Hardys, to your point right now.
Crowd at the theater at the Garden chanting, "This is awesome," and I tend to agree here.
Yeah, no denying that. You kidding me?
Frazier can barely get back to a vertical base.
You also got to consider that both the TNA and the NXT tag team locker rooms are probably watching this match, and both these teams for that matter. Again, what does this mean for both NXT and TNA, regardless of result? As Jeff Hardy got the boots up after Frazier tried to go for a big move. Axiom with the double stomp, roll through. Jeff got out of the way. Kick to the midsection again. Twist the fake, counter, backslide, cover, shoulders down. Kick at 2. Oh, wow. Man, what a knee strike. Damn. Tag made. Jeff Hardy's right now, JJ. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no!
Going for the high-low, but Jeff countered it. Axiom accidentally took Frazier out.
And that might
Matt Hardy in.
Yep, and that might be right there, the twist of fates that the Hardys need to retain. And Jeff Hardy once again going up to the top rope. There's one move we haven't seen yet tonight. Swanton Bomb! Cover! Hardy's retain!
Hell of a bout here to open up NXT Roadblock, Noah.
Woo! Jeez, you ain't kidding. An impressive win, but also an extremely impressive effort by Fraxiom in what they deemed was a dream match. They may not be the greatest tag team of all time, but they're certainly up there with the greats, especially after this performance tonight. That one spot, miscommunication, that double stomp, was all the Hardys needed to capitalize with a twist of fate and a swanton bomb to retain the TNA Tag Team Championships tonight at Roadblock. It lived up to the hype. It lived up to the what if. It lived up to what it means to call yourself a tag team champion. NXT and A, be proud of that. Both sides.
Go backstage to Jada Parker.
Jada Parker's been making waves lately in NXT, but she's also been making enemies as well.
Oh, here we go. Jada Parker and Mickie James. Little hardcore country with the thug lovin'.
Definition of city and rural. Yeah, Miss Parker don't play.
No, she does not. And Miss Parker don't wait neither.
It takes and zero's apologies for it. That's right. Stand Deliver season. JJ, your brand's greatest stage.
God, I would love to see Jada ascend the throne at Stand and Deliver. She has come a long way, man. Think about uncross your arms there, Noah. Think about this for a second. A year and a half ago, both of us ridiculed and criticized both Jada Parker and Lash Legend. Now, they're two of our favorite women to see on a consistent basis on NXT.
And here is the
How
woman
time changes everything, man.
Yeah, but with time comes history, and even more history to be created. As you want to talk about women, you want to talk about NXT, there hasn't been more of a prominent female figure in this NXT since the project, Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez looking to once again repeat history as she goes one-on-one with Jordynne Grace next, live on NXT Roadblock. We got a full commercial break. Fuck television. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the comments here real quick. And Jamboree, good to see you. And shout out at Dash, good to see you. And Josh Mansfield, you're still a young boy, but we appreciate you. It's good to see you. And yeah, subscribe. Especially
to Rage of Wrestling and Baddie for Wrestling.
Speaking of which, become part of Baddie's Army today. What a hot start to the show. Pretty solid tag team opener we have going on. As, of course, she's watching the New Japan Cup, and we'll be going over that later towards the finals. The finals will take place March 20th. Safet saying, great match. Josh Mansfield, what a freaking match. Run it back the next TNA pay-per-view with the NXT tag titles on the line. I think it's justified. The Hardys just been the NXT tag team champions. I like that idea personally.
Unfortunately, Josh, and I know you don't follow TNA, the next pay-per-view is this Friday, Sacrifice, and the Hardys are already booked, as Jeff Hardy will challenge Moose in a ladder match for the X Division title, and Matt Hardy is a part of the 10-man clusterfuck cage match, where he will be teaming with Leon Slater, Nick Nemeth, Elijah, the former Elias, and Joe Hendry to take on the system contingent of JDC, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, and the Colon brothers, the former Primo and Epico, Eddie and Orlando. You didn't have to do the shtick, Noah.
You said his name.
Okay, I was talking about the match.
I know, but you still
I
say his
have
name.
to say his name to talk about who's in the match. It's not like it was a shtick mention of his name.
Still, it's the first time, and it's the only time I'm going to do that. Hey, shout out to Gino.
What up, Papa Gino? Of course, he was just on the No DQ review, along with Big Baller G, Jeff motherfucking Meacham, and
right.
Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz, joining Aaron Rift and Virtue.
I'm sure it was very civil, and it was a good conversation too.
Well, they went about 15 minutes over into the after dark. Of course, Psycho Jet Blatt was there with all his super chats, but he never can find his way over to our domain to share some of that love.
Sometimes wonder if he's actually a bot, really, a NoDQ bot.
I don't think a bot would super chat, Noah.
Yeah, you don't know how far technology goes or how much is invested in it or what connections Amber has. And Shao Tash saying that Expedition match sounds good. And she's definitely not wrong there. And again, if there's one thing you get from the night, NXT is fucking awesome. And also, subscribe. Hi, Walter. Subscribe.
Hi. Do you know the idea was the shirt is you do Papa G's and instead of Papa John's and make your shirt look like a pizza shirt and then just put Papa G.
Oh, good grief almighty. All the endorsements. All the fucking endorsements. Oh, we are far beyond the 5-minute mark. But unlike last night, there's not going to be as many fucks. There's only been 2 so far as I'm keeping track. And now I got this guy here, so I know he's going to keep track.
Yes.
Damn it.
I am not in the producer side of things, Walter. So if you want to get the fuck TV counter going, Noah is currently at 2.
Here we go.
She's already?
Well, we've had
right.
one match. We had a mid-match commercial. And then as soon as the match was over, we had a commercial. We're getting ready to set up Roxanne versus Jordynne Grace. You missed the TNA tag match of Fraxiom versus the Hardys.
I had it on mute. I saw Jeff pin somebody, but so I don't know. But the no title was on the line, right?
The TNA titles were on the line.
Exactly. So get your facts straight. All right. Well, anyway.
And Ash is happy. The return of the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, damn it. Why must you turn everything I do into a gimmick?
Because you are very memeable, Noah.
I'm memeable? Good grief
yes.
Almighty. That's a scary thing.
I proved that with the 5 faces of Noah.
Did you see the clip of me breaking him, though? That was hilarious. I hope you saw that, JJ.
You're both freaking idiots. And to go back into NXT with the Angelo family.
Yeah, let me know where we're at.
Rizzo, Stacks, and Tony D all backstage.
After Tony D'Angelo lost the NXT North American Championship to Shawn Spears and his family.
And here comes Luca Crucifino.
Fresh off Evolve.
Yes, Luca Crucifino is kind of being positioned as the Don of Evolve. Tony D runs things on NXT, but here it's my domain.
And yet Stacks is the underboss. So really, what is Stacks running here? And what is he being shaped for? And that's a whole different conversation. As again, I'm Italian. I'm blue Italian. So I definitely take this a little bit more seriously. But with all due respect, I respect the family. But you need to regain your honor and get some gold, some revenge. Anyway, whack somebody. But again, that's a whole different conversation.
Tony D and Luca Crucifino look like they could be brothers.
They literally
have similar facial features. The beard is almost identical. The little man bun in the back. Like, they legit look like they could be related.
Well, again, for all we know, they might be. There's more familiarity when it comes to some of these people.
Dude, look at how on point Roxanne is in the video game. Jesus Christ.
WWE 2K25 available worldwide Friday with the new innovation, The Island. Pre-order today or get it this Friday as we get ready for women's action. Running back a match from the UFC Apex last year at NXT Battleground. Roxanne Perez versus Jordynne Grace. Roxanne here to prove why this is still her brand, her division. Damn it. Oh, boy. This is going to be a good run back.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to this.
And
they know each other very well.
You're right. And Jordynne Grace, of course, who literally led TNA last year since Hard to Kill in January, winning the TNA Knockouts World Championship from Trinity, the former, of course, now you know her as Naomi, and losing at Tommaso Slamets at Bound for Glory. But she crossed the line last year at the Royal Rumble and then confronted Roxanne Perez, really being the catapult to what has now become this NXT relationship.
Bite your tongue, Mansfield. Asking if we can be done with the mafia stuff like we're done with Chase U. First of all, Chase U will forever live in our hearts. And second of all, no.
All right, let's focus on the 2 women here and not some gimmicks that are either dead and overplayed by a Godfather Mafia soprano cosplayers. Oh, and a clap by Jordynne Grace to Roxanne Perez. And Roxanne Perez, of course, coming off losing inside the Elimination Chamber, but competing in the Royal Rumble, becoming now the Iron Woman in Royal Rumble history. Plant down with a spine buster, and Jordynne Grace just teeing off on the Prodigy.
Damn it, Touch, you need to do something better about bots. God damn it.
And Jordynne Grace, of course, came back here, signed with WWE JJ, and as she said, she is here for gold, not for friends.
Jesus.
That shows strength right there.
Jordynne Grace on fire here in the early goings of the matchups, just stomping the head of Roxanne Perez.
She's fired up, you can tell. Oh, and a hip attack drives Roxanne to the floor.
Ow.
You got to wonder if Roxanne's bestie, Cora Jade, is here getting involved, or if the Knockouts champion, Masha Slamovich, will get involved here.
Ooh, and bracing the leg up against the apron. Great eye there by Roxanne Perez, taking out the base of Jordynne Grace. And to your point, Masha and Cora will be in action this Friday at TNA Sacrifice in Texas, but it doesn't mean they won't be in the building tonight. And you see that Roxanne has targeted the left leg of Jordynne Grace. Speaking of TNA, there you see the face of the franchise Moose, the TNA Division Champion, preparing for what I gotta imagine is going to be either semi-main or the main event as he challenges for the NXT Championship.
I'm thinking it'll kick off the second hour, Noah. The main event has to be Stephanie Vaquer versus Giulia, title for title.
I agree.
I would think so, too.
I think Moose Oba is going to open the next hour, and then we'll get the Javon Evans all-ego match to kind of cool down in between.
I agree.
Cool down with a street fight. Yeah, that makes sense. It is NXT, but I'll give you that. Nice Russian leg sweep. Take over Roxanne.
Street fight can't be too bad. They're away from the performance center, so they can't get violent in the parking lot.
I suppose that's true.
You know, Roxanne doesn't really do submissions. It's interesting that she's working on Jordynne Grace's leg.
I feel you need to retract that statement, considering the Prodigy is very technically proficient, as we've seen her win, including the NXT Women's Championship, with a crossface. Let's not forget, she stood and delivered last year, beating Lyra Valkyria for the NXT Women's Championship, starting her incredible historic second run with a submission win.
But to Walter's point, Noah, a crossface damaging the legs doesn't really do a whole lot.
Exactly.
If she was going for the arm and the neck, then that would make a lot of sense, because that you need for the crossface, whether you're trapping the arm or pulling back on the head and neck. But working over the leg doesn't do jack diddly squat for a crossface.
But it definitely does a lot to neutralize the strength, which comes from the base of Jordynne Grace trying to hold
that I will give you.
The Juggernaut driver. So again, multiple strategies in play here. As Jordynne Grace just dropped Roxanne. Now Jordynne Grace, and there, to my point, unable to spring up for the Vader bomb, Juggernaut bomb. Excuse me.
What the hell? Oh, good sell. I thought she slipped. It was her selling it. Okay.
It was a great sell there by Jordynne Grace. Going back to what we were talking about, the way Roxanne was working the legs, took away some of the base. So when Jordynne went for that leap, her legs buckled and she wasn't able to hit the move.
You see Roxanne still focusing on that leg right now, bracing it and twisting it across that bottom turnbuckle around the ring post.
Shades of Bret Hart.
Bringing down Jordynne Grace, lower body. Can Jordynne Grace stand up and find a way to beat the Prodigy? Stay tuned. Rental Quiet Picture in Picture. Fuck television.
3.
Damn it. Then Jordynne Grace right now. Here's the cover by Roxanne. Hook of the leg. Gets a 2 count. Almost makes me wonder if she's maybe employing a different form of submission here. We talked about how proficient the Prodigy is. I always say how she rises to promise. Former Women of Honor champion as well. And of course, straight out of Booker T's Reality Wrestling Academy, former Diamonds Women's Champion. See Jordynne Grace, though, still trying to fight back against Roxanne as Roxanne continues to apply pressure to that ankle, that left ankle of Jordynne Grace, and just driving that leg down hard, spiking the Achilles.
Noah, you'll know this better than I would because you go back farther with her. Does Bayley have a submission move?
Davina Rose, as far as I know, I think she did, but as far as Bayley right now, to my knowledge, no. She's literally won with belly to belly and the Rose plant every match I can think of. I can't tell you the last time that Bayley won a match via submission.
because I was wondering if possibly the fact that Roxanne is trying to work on leg submissions here could be something with her feud on the main roster with Bailey.
And Jordynne Grace look for the Juggernaut driver as Roxanne escapes and takes Jordynne Grace out at the legs. It does make me wonder, though, if we will see any form of nature from cover from Roxanne regarding Billy was once maybe her role model. Will she try and add insult to injury to Bailey coming up short from last night? Maybe use a move from Bailey's arsenal. Because you know that feud's going on, to your point, of whether or not it stands, delivers, or is a WrestleMania match. That remains to be seen. But you, in a way, JJ, you think that probably Roxanne Perez's swan song here is pretty soon in NXT.
I could see Roxanne pulling double duty, stand and deliver, and WrestleMania.
Hell yeah.
No doubt about that.
I love your Intercontinental idea from last night, dude. I'm like fully on board with that now.
Well, we know that
unfortunately Bailey didn't win that match, so she doesn't get the title shot. But
figure for a leg lock.
That would have been great.
This is like a reverse figure 4 leg lock. She put her leg under her leg. Like, that was weird.
Yeah, that's true. She didn't cross the leg over the top like you're supposed to. To your point, Walter, the leg is crossed underneath.
It almost makes me wonder if she's trying to apply pressure a different way here, because, again, if she puts that leg underneath Jordynne Grace's leg, does that maybe prevent her from settling it down enough? But you see, of course, the way you reverse a figure 4 leg lock is you roll over. That causes all the pressure on your own knees as Roxanne literally reaches for the ropes.
Call
a
it
lot
the
of
rock
damage
lock.
done immediately. Good grief. Figure 4 leg lock is still one of the most effective moves to destroy somebody's legs, even if your name is not Flair. Of course, speaking of Flairs, Charlotte Flair will take on Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania for the WWE Women's Championship. And again, Roxanne Perez back on the attack on Jordynne Grace's leg, unable to even let Jordynne Grace stand up.
As someone
Roxanne
who used to wrestle,
smells blood.
Yeah, she
clearly.
does. As
Once
someone
again-
that used to wrestle, I can say the figure 4 leg lock is one of those moves that if you do it the wrong way and put too much pressure, you really can hurt somebody. Like
back elbow. Well, you would know, Mr. UFC the expert, and you see the way the dissection that Roxanne Perez has been doing to Jordynne Grace, looking for the Mystica, but the strength of the Juggernaut still in play here from her core, from her upper body, trying to hook Roxanne Perez in position, overpowering her and setting her up and over face first with Vaquer at NXT.
But how much damage did that do to Jordynne Grace? Look at her knee there, the way it kind of buckled after delivering that maneuver. Look at this again.
Yeah, look
The
at
way
the replay.
Roxanne's been working on that knee and that leg.
Yeah, she's been literally destroying that ankle and that Achilles with every part of the ring post and corner that she can.
that was a long picture-in-picture. Like, sheesh.
Well, yeah, I've already expressed my dismay when it comes to this stuff, so I don't need to put another business thought towards that. Is right now Roxanne and Jordynne Grace are paintbrushing each other. Get to the midsection there. Jordynne Grace scooping up Roxanne. Big power slam.
The present versus the future here in this match. The Juggernaut representing the present, Roxanne the future of women's wrestling.
The future's looking very good. Went for the pump kick. Jordynne Grace blocked it, though. Open palm strike. Now Grace hoisting up Roxanne again. Roxanne able to escape out the back. Nice chop block kick there to the leg. Roll over, cover, jackknife, and Jordynne Grace escapes.
The hell? I thought she did like a cannonball, but it was a pin.
Oh, sit out, powerbomb, cover, 2, no!
Thought she was going to go for a package pile driver there, the way she had her hooked, but the strength of the Juggernaut turning it into a powerbomb maneuver, sit out at that, to your point, Noah. You see Femi backstage, the Rula, getting ready for his title defense against the face of the franchise, the TNA X Division champion, Moose.
I agree with you, JJ. I thought that was going to be a package.
Yeah, that was a great transition by Jordynne Grace. And again, you figure about all that added pressure slamming Roxanne down, and still, even with the compromised legs over the shoulders, forced Roxanne to exert more energy to kick out. Grace sent face first the top turnbuckle. Roxanne perched on the top rope. Out of the corner up the second. Crossbody. Roll through. And does he have enough strength for those legs, though, to hoist Roxanne up?
Nope, look at that. The leg buckled there. Roxanne taking advantage with those elbow shots to the back of Grace's head.
And compromise or not, Jordynne Grace is going to hook Roxanne up on the shoulders. Looking for Oh, I thought she was going for a death-eye driver, but Roxanne able to escape. Gets to the section, spinning back fist miss. Super kick by Roxanne Perez. And a chop block again drops the Juggernaut.
If
Following
there's
up and around.
Whoa!
Taking her
What
down
the
face
hell?
first.
If there's anything Grace has in abundance, it's strength.
Well, she also has endurance for ages. I can guarantee you that. But Roxanne, again, her experience, her technique goes beyond her years and gets a near fall.
The hell?
And there goes that crossface locked in.
Think about that splash she just did a moment ago to Jordynne Grace's back. Now hooking the leg as well.
And she's fish hooking. She's fish hooking the mouth too.
Well, by Jordynne Grace, first the pressure, shoulders down. She got it too. Had to force the break there. Looking for a single leg takedown, unable to. Jordynne Grace again hoists the up Roxanne, unable to execute offense. Spinning back heel kick, up and over, looking for pop Ross. Jordynne Grace able to scout it. Backslide by Roxanne, the cover. 2 count only.
Guys, think about the mental warfare too, because Roxanne already proven she could beat Grace. Grace is the one that's got to prove she can beat Roxanne now.
Yeah,
Rolling
exactly.
Death Valley driver.
Good Death Valley driver. That's spinning back fist, looking up Roxanne. Juggernaut driver, cover 2. Jordynne Grace with the win again.
I guess she shut me up.
The rivalry is now tied at a match apiece, gentlemen. Got to figure if we'll get it ran back here before Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, well, that was a hard-fought win. She had to dig down deep for that. Take a look at the finishing stretch here. The backslide by Roxanne, driving the curved body weight forward. Death by driver takeover, though, by Jordynne Grace to your point, and somehow able to hoist up Roxanne into the Juggernaut driver on a bad leg and get the 3 count on the Prodigy. And she's still showing the wear and tear of that battle. Congratulations, though, to the Juggernaut, Jordynne Grace winning night at NXT Roadblock.
Look how slow she climbed the ropes. Definitely compromised.
Well, that was a really good match. And, of course, our schedule has so much coming up, including Saturday night's main event, which now we know will come from the Yuling Center in Tampa Bay, Florida. Saturday night's main event, Saturday, May 24th. Really makes us wonder what the WWE landscape is going to look like after WrestleMania. So stay tuned for more on that, folks, as our schedule is not letting up anytime soon. Oh, and JJ, I think you're on point. I think we're getting ready for the ruler versus the face of the franchise. Moose versus Oba Femi for the NXT Championship. NXT versus TNA. Whoa.
Oba going eye to eye with the dead man. We saw Mickey and Jada earlier.
A man that knows very well about streaks.
Been watching you for a while now. I got to tell you, I'm impressed. I don't need to tell you how important this match is tonight, but I will tell you. Go out there and defend your yard.
Damn.
You know, Taker had to do that against WCW back in Survivor Series, so he's just passing along the message to Oba. It's kind of that same feeling. Can't let TNA take over.
Oba Femi versus Moose next on NXT. Has got a full commercial break. Fuck television. Let's go ahead.
You know Opa's got to be geeking inside. I don't care how big he is.
Right.
We matched that both men have won it for a long time. We even heard Moose, who's basically booed like a villain in TNA, which he is, but he's being cheered and favored because he's respected so much in NXT. He's been grateful and been working his entire career since leaving the NFL for professional wrestling, damn it, for this type of opportunity and this type of showcase.
I love Ash's comment here. You know, solid match. If I did top 10s, this match would be in contention for my favorite matches of the month. Hint, hint, wink, wink to the 2 men on this panel that do a top 10 matches every month.
Oh, look, I watch far more women's wrestling than just NXT, but NXT has the best women's wrestling across WWE, so we'll see. I already did 2 last month, so hold your britches. But Starn has the Cinderella tournament going on, and I'm watching Sendai Girls. The final boss, Michael Satomura, is approaching her retirement next month. So, again, you hold out for that. Plus, Marigold, Bozilla's challenge you with Tommy Ashton for the Marigold World Championship Waltz at the end of the month. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, let's
So,
not forget about Bozilla versus Megan Bain at Joey Janela's spring break also.
Yes, I'm very happy about that. That makes me smile a lot.
That's
And I'm just going to
Walter,
say,
how much is 2K25?
at $60. No, it's $60
depends on the
Swedish
version.
consoles.
For
$70.
the traditional version, because we know Noah doesn't care about the special Undertaker one or the special Bloodline one. Just for the
60.
generic version, how much?
60, $59.99. Yeah.
So,
Or
Emmanuel,
70.
if you want to PayPal Noah to sing 2 songs that you pick this Saturday and then donate 2 wheel spins for him, that's the $60 for Noah to be able to go and buy it.
Why do you want me to buy this video game so much?
Actually,
I'm just
wait,
saying,
70.
Emmanuel is sitting here volunteering funds for you to buy it, and I'm telling him how if he donates, he actually can get something for his money, as this Saturday is 90s karaoke. Just pointing that out there. Pointing that out there.
Put all the thoughts out there in the E for the expense of my identity for some monetary gain for a video game. Well, we'll see. But yeah, we are leveling up with gaming content. So whether or not that's part of the lineup, stay tuned, folks. Me and Walter will be bringing you up to speed pretty soon. Insert coin and credit here.
And I may be doing double duty because I found out today that DJ and Ropes, the hosts of Rock and Ropes, are going to be doing their own My GM mode. See who can put together the best shows. So I may be having to referee for them and you guys.
Oh, Jesus Christ almighty.
And Sam, that's fine. You can make it up. Just subscribe to me. That'll make up missing the spaces.
Yeah, appreciate you, Sam. Appreciate Vorx and on everybody watching on here as the conversation keeps going on. I need funds for so much
Josh,
stuff, but at the end of the day,
as a man who loves to terrorize Noah, stop while you can. Noah, put your glasses back on. Stop while you can, Josh. This is your last chance to turn around from any onslaught of verbal hell that Noah will give you. This is your one and only warning. I got your back, bro.
Calm down, Noah. Go take a Mountain Dew.
I got your back.
Fine.
I am the only man that can get you riled up on this show by mentioning that person.
Don't talk about it.
And even I pick and choose when I decide to stoke that fire.
All right, appreciate that. All right. I'm fine. I'm covering my favorite brand in WWE tonight. This has been a phenomenal show so far. 2 matches in. We're about to get Oba Femi versus freaking Moose for the freaking NXT Championship. I'm in a good mood. I'm fine. I don't know what.
Yes, we're about to get the match that you told Walter and I
here we go.
give up on. That would never happen. That we needed to get the fuck over it. And here it comes, Noah, live and in living color on your television screen. What have you got to say about it now, sir?
Ring the fucking bell and let's see who truly deserves to call themselves the champion of NXT. NA. That's all I got to say about that. My focus is on the fact that it is here, and you two were right in your fantasy booking. And we'll see who gets whooped here soon enough. Speaking of getting whooped, we saw Eddie Thorpe whoop Trick with a strap right between the legs and a pinfall win, and Trick Williams has been unhinged ever since.
Yeah, we've seen a different side of Trick, almost like when he was teaming with Mello. Like, he's going back to that.
Well, it's almost like he found out when his time was, and he found out also when he needed to demonstrate a whole new attitude. As we know, they will be going underground next week. And Eddie Thorpe has been underground before, if you followed Eddie Thorpe's career. Trick Williams has not. Very curious if Trick Williams can hang underground in NXT, the domain ruled by the likes of Lola Vice.
Mamacita! Oh.
You're welcome, Walter. Talk about Jada being on top in NXT. Of course, we saw the fight with the rivalry there, and Jada Parker, of course, lost to Lola Vice at the end of that rivalry. But Lola Vice also, she hasn't done a whole lot lately, but here's 2 men that have done a whole damn lot in professional wrestling.
Didn't
Big
Jada
fight
threaten that she'll be
feel.
there today? Didn't Jada say that last week?
I
Jada's
believe-
already been featured. We saw her
Yeah.
backstage with Mickey James.
And Mickey James told her, if you want something, you don't wait for it, you take it. So to your point, Walter, it may not be the last time we see Jada Parker, but here comes the current X Division champion, Moose. I cannot fucking believe this is about to happen.
Believe it.
I see it, and I still don't believe it. As the TNA, yes, the TNA logo is on my screen, for the face of the franchise, the system, the X Division champion, Moose. And of
So,
course,
Joe-
go ahead.
Joe Henry became TNA champion.
Yep.
John Cena went heel, and now
Yep.
Moose versus Oba. All we need now is Naomi to join the fucking bloodline, and our thing will be complete.
Well, I mean, hey, Naomi actually did something once relevant in her WWE career. She actually grew a set and did something against Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair, because if it wasn't for those two, I'm pretty sure her career would be an irrelevancy. But we'll see what happens soon enough with Naomi after she gets up for being jaded by that bitch. Speaking of which, again, Moose, who is the longest reigning TNA World Champion in TNA history, surpassed the likes of Sting, Bobby Roode, and Josh Alexander, now goes up against the ruler of your brand, JJ. Here's Yard. Here comes Oba Femi.
I gotta know, Noah, out of the 12 for 41 Def Rebel songs that you said actually were good, is this one of them?
It was actually towards the little bit of the bottom, because, it's got that, subtle vibe to it. I still find Moose's theme better between the two, but that's a different conversation. But yes, this was one of them. NXT champion Oba Femi, who broke into NXT last year, break out of the tournament, beat Dragon Lee, became one of the longest reigning NXT North American champions in NXT history, only to lose to Tony D. Currently has only 2 losses in his NXT career, after winning the NXT championship earlier this year in January at New Year's Eve in triple threat action against Eddie Thorpe and Trick Williams.
Look
Good.
at Moose not taking his eyes off of the champion, the ruler.
The ruler versus the franchise.
Dude, his
NXT
entire-
versus TNA.
His entire presentation, the way he walks, his music, the entrance, just everything is just. This dude's got star written all over him.
Both these men exude dominance and star power. But right now, let's go down the mic row for the introductions for our NXT Championship match. Big fight feel.
I feel like Moose should have beat Tony D before going to Oba, just to show I can beat the people that beat you. You know what I mean?
And again, missed opportunities. It's still, even in this day and age, the business makes mistakes. Oh boy.
They put him against Lexus King,
Moose, of course, has been X Division champion since beating Speedball Mike Bailey, the TNA episode after Bound for Glory last year in October, with successful defenses against the likes of Laredo Kid and Ace Austin and Kushida.
Dude, I hope the ring is reinforced.
Right? Both these men from Nigeria, proud of their home roots. Woo, boy.
Titan versus Titan. Again, only Oba's titles on the line.
Big
Oba
meaty
Femi-
men slapping meat here, gentlemen.
Yeah, accurate.
Mhm.
Heavyweight slugfest. Oba Femi, by the way, again, why Moose has been involved in this business now, professional wrestling business, since 2017. Oba Femi's only been involved in wrestling since he's been part of NXT. Less than 2 years underneath his career. And now he's facing Moose defending the NXT championship.
That's
Crazy. I didn't know that Moose wasn't even 10 years deep into the business yet. Bell sounds here, gentlemen.
Here we go.
Goosebumps. Look at the arena. They're soaking it in like Rock and Hogan did.
Well,
Oh,
it's a
yeah,
one-
they should be.
yeah, it's a once
This
in
is
a
the match,
lifetime.
Walter, that people told us was never going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we stood steadfast.
Oba Femi going to his third defense, the NXT championship tonight. Carnival tie up here. We saw Oba Femi successfully retain that against Austin Fury and Grayson Waller at Vengeance Day most recently. The pride of both these men right here, not only representing their companies, but representing who truly is the biggest dog in this fight. in this yard. The biggest superstar. Nice chop blocked by Femi to Moose. And Moose from the corner now. And Oba teeing off against Moose. Not going to
Yeah.
win out of this former line.
Damn.
Yeah, you
I
said
thought that-
yourself, man. And Moose just clubbing away against Femi to those shorter blocks. Now on the side headlock.
They're in New York, and I felt that chop over here in Connecticut.
You're actually closer than me, so that don't surprise me. And Moose with a kip up. This 5-tool athlete combining heavyweight power and agility of a cruiserweight. And drives Femi up and over to the floor. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about this match. Again, JJ, Femi, he is your ruler, but he is still very young in his career. What does he need to do to beat Moose tonight? Oh, God!
Stay focused first and foremost. He can't allow somebody who is a multi-time world champion, a main eventer in his own right, to get inside of his head.
Oh!
Big pump kick there by Moose, rocking Oba.
Walter, you become baptized, of course, with TNA. What does Moose need to do to make history tonight here in NXT to beat Femi?
Moose needs this
man.
same thing. Stay focused. Don't let the crowd distract you, and don't just stay on him. Don't get too cocky when you do have Oba down. Don't give him the chance to recover. Stay on him, which
Pride
is way
of both
easier
his
said
men.
than done.
Yeah, exactly. Moose and Femi continues here. Restaurant client, picture, fuck television. Who's going to leave? NXT champion. Femi saying Moose in the ring right now. And these two have done nothing but literally just throw each other's bodies against that apron against each other. Femi mounting Moose right now. Remember, last week on TNA in the face-off, it took 11 men to ground Femi before Moose took him out with a spear. There's no system. There's no security. It is just literally one-on-one. Cover here and gets a 1 count. We also know Femi knows what that spear feels like, and I wonder if Femi can survive Moose's spear. It did take 4 spears, though, for Moose to beat Speedball Mike Bailey. And we haven't seen nobody yet get off Femi's fall from grace. Front face lock
And
right
just
now.
because we don't see any system representation doesn't mean they're not in the building, Noah.
No, I know
Yep.
that for a fact. Again,
One of
Moose-
them already crossed the line.
Yeah, about to say, we might literally see a system takeover here. Femi right now taking his time with Moose, goes for the cover, Lara Pretton, barely a 1 count. Which don't surprise me one bit. And of course, regardless of this match, cover here by Oba again gets a 1 count. Moose will defend the Estrogen Championship this Friday at Sacrifice against Jeff Hardy, to your point, in a ladder match.
And you got to wonder what condition Moose is going to be in after this match. You know, the Oba Femi is 310 pounds, and he's in there with this monster of a man. And then he's going to go into Jeff Hardy's specialty, a ladder match to defend the title. Will Moose be 100%? Granted, Jeff Hardy wrestled here tonight as well, but not near as devastating of a match as this is.
Yeah, you almost wonder that heavier wear and tear. But again, this is what Moose talked about. The miles traveled, the scars left, the battles he faced. And actually, he's been involved in TNA since 2017, but he's actually been involved in wrestling longer than that. Trained out of the Ring of Our Dojo by Delirious and Scott Demore. He's actually been involved in the business for 13 years since leaving football. Drop kick! What the hell?
Moose just left his
Cover.
feet for a drop kick.
Perfectly vertical leap into a straightforward drop kick. Drop the ruler for the closest we were going to get to a 2 so far in this match. Damn.
That might have been a message to Jeff Hardy.
Well, you know,
Like,
Very
I can-
easily
I-
could have. I mean,
Eh,
moves like that are something you expect from an X Division champion, but you don't
Right.
expect from a guy like Moose.
And
Exactly.
Moose is being a who's who of this business, of course. We're talking about the likes of the former champion, Josh Alexander, Eric Young, Alex Shelley. He even survived a match that literally was about no surrender. The only way Moose lost the TNA championship was due to a 6-pack challenge. No man one-on-one could beat this man.
That
Moose
title.
once again, that chin lock.
A who's who of TNA has held that title, man. Some of the greats.
Yeah, this
Josh
generation-
Alexander, who is supposedly all elite, but has not made his debut yet. Kind of surprised we didn't see him at Revolution.
Again, I mean, there's still the fact that we're only in March leaves so much up in the air for this business. As we're back here for this NXT Championship match, New York City, Madison Square Garden Theater, Moose versus Femi. Moose in control right now of the ruler with that chin lock, and Femi trying to fight back though, pushing Moose in the corner to force the break. And again, Moose still maintains his hold.
Ash, to
Again,
answer
just
you,
driving.
YouTube TV.
Up and over, and oh my God!
Damn, he just tossed him half across the ring.
And think about it again, we're talking about these heavyweights. How much strength are they exhausting with these heavy moves and these lifts? Pop up, power bomb to Moose Velvet Femi.
Dude.
Jesus, with such ease for
What-
Obafemi, but Moose with his instincts just rolled to the outside of the ring, getting him some distance between him and the champion.
You say with ease, you saw Femi fell back against the ropes. Again, endurance and conditioning is going to play a factor here. And despite Femi's reign of dominance, I don't know how deep Femi can go against the former TNA champion. Hard Irish whip into the steel step shoulder first. And we see
Strength and endurance are going to play a role, Noah, but so is age. Age and agility. And Obafemi has youth on his side.
I'll give you that. And of course, we'll see who has experience, drive, and the wherewithal to win both titles. You know, I imagine our main event, you saw Steve Vaquer preparing for later tonight. Moose falling up, though, running uppercut. Take a look at this replay, by the way. That Irish whip drove those steps away from the ring on impact. Femi falling up, though. Oh, I ran it up, pop kick.
Oh, my God. The fact that he was able to reach his jaw. Like,
what the? Oh! That might be it. Good God! Intercepted. Covered by Oma. Kick on that, too.
For
I missed it. My feed glitched there. I hope they show a replay.
He ran into for all intents and purposes, I'll call it a Nigerian uppercut instead of a European uppercut.
Yeah, freaking Moose scaling the ropes like a cat, looking for a massive moonsault. Coming uppercut. Here's the replay for you, by the way, JJ.
Jesus.
And then look at this follow-up.
Yeah, the attitude adjustment.
Into a power slam, and Moose still kicked out.
Dude.
Credit to both of these men so far for how much punishment they have endured and thrown against each other.
This is awesome, and I concur.
You ain't going to get an argument from me. Up and over, Moose able to escape, pushes over Femi. Shoulder first into the ring post.
Oh, my God.
Were they just doing Let's Go Cena sucks chants?
I think so. I'm not sure.
That's disrespectful to these two men. John Cena, I mean, he could be in this match because we can't see him. But as far as I know, he is not in this match whatsoever. That is disrespectful to the contest these two are having as Moose goes to the top rope here.
I sense disaster.
For a second, I thought he was going to pop up a Frankensteiner.
Yeah,
guys,
me too.
Oh my God! Superplex by Moose.
Wait, it's done, Noah.
Goodness. What the hell? A featherweight suplex of his own. Both men are down.
Holy shitballs!
I had my volume down so that it doesn't get picked up by the feed, so I don't know if that's what they chanted.
Look at
maybe
this
doing
again.
That freaking show of strength. The superplex by Moose to Oma, but Oma somehow suplexing Moose, and both men are fucking down.
That was knucking futs. I gotta wonder what DJ and Ropes thought about that shit.
Man, I don't know how
now the crowd is chanting, "This is awesome." That's a little bit better.
A thunderous ovation by the audience here for these two heavyweights duking it out for the richest prize in NXT. I also don't know, but that was like, let's go Oba or let's go Moose. Again, the jury's still out. I barely listen to the audience as it is because sometimes it's still filtered because it's WWE. Oba Femi teeing off against Moose with his elbows. Massive elbow to the side of the head. Moose still on his feet, though. And again, Oba again clubbing Moose. Moose doesn't waver. Pump get to Oba, but Oba stands on his feet. What the hell does it take to knock one of these two down? Oh, man, clothesline inside out. And now he could be one fall from grace away to stopping Moose from taking the NXT Championship. Hoisted up. Moose able to scout it, though. Hooking up Alba. Are you kidding? Powerbomb, moves with a cover, hit the front leg, kick out 2.5. We're a half a second away, guys, from history.
Femi has got to be made of vibranium.
What the hell is Moose made of then?
Adamantium.
Okay, fair enough.
And if you know, you know.
Freaking Clash of Titans, freaking King of Monsters here. Oh, the Femi who's got Moose up in the shoulders. Oh, what the hell? And Oba, oh no. You don't think, oh dear God. Overhead military press to the floor. That's a 300-pound man that he just dropped.
But notice the ruler collapsed afterwards. That may have taken every little bit Femi had left in him just to press slam him over like that.
Holy shit.
Referee up to 4 with his count.
Well, you know, I don't think Femi wants to win this way, JJ. Clearly, again, you talk
7.
about countouts. What do countouts prove? Proves nothing. You survived, but you still didn't legitimately beat the man. Moose came back inside the ring and Femi and Moose eye to eye, and Moose saying, not like this.
Na.
You look at the face of Femi, though. Look at the intensity, guys.
I would have lost my shit. They ended it like that. I can't lie.
And here we go. Both men just slugging it out. Femi and Moose up and over the floor again. Somehow both men are on their feet. Irish whip versus Irish whip with Femi. Sent into the ring post. Spun around. Moose hooking up over. And planting it through the announce table. Good God.
Jesus Christ.
Good grief. Every time you think one of them has the advantage, here comes the other.
These two are going to destroy this freaking building before this thing's fucking over. Femi sent back inside the ring, and Moose bringing the NXT Championship back inside the ring. And it might be lights out for Femi if he hits this spear.
Connects.
No champion. No.
Dude, he folded Oba. Oba folded in half like an accordion, literally, after getting speared.
How many men has Moose defeated with that spear, Noah?
Who's who, former TNA World Champion, but it did not upset the ruler tonight. But it might.
He's going back to the corner. Looks like he's going for round 2 here.
He's confident. He's poised. He's determined. He's focused. He's in position, taking that stance. And Femi hooking up powerbomb again.
Right in the center of the ring.
Cover. Break the arm. Femi retains.
Hell of a contest between these two men. Standing ovation from the simple man. The man who said this match would never happen is on his feet, just like the men and women here at the theater at Madison Square Garden.
All hail the ruler of NXT now and forever. Heavy just beat Moose and just disrupted the system. An incredible heavyweight slugfest for the ages.
Noah, I don't know if Oba won as much as he survived.
Matthew Hofstetter already saying run it back.
Yeah, I agree. Again, we saw how much these two were willing to give tonight in what was a one-on-one dream encounter. I would love to see it again. What an incredible match as we now look towards the women here, and we've seen the developments with Zarya and Zoruka. Who, of course,
I like that tag team.
Yeah, it's an interesting tag team. Interesting contrast of styles and personalities. It looks like now they're going to do some stuff that Zarya likes here. What's this?
I thought that was fencing. But it's
no, that's bottle smashing.
Sorry,
it's Zoruka.
Is that a crash room?
I believe that's exactly what that is.
I so want to do one of those.
Well, that's one way to build teamwork. Of course, Zoruka and Zarya got the better of Chelsea Green and her Secret Harvest, Piper Niven last week on NXT. You got wonder Zoruka might be in line to challenge for the WWE Women's United States Championship.
Well, that's what they just said is she's got a title match next week, does Zoruka. So.
Well, this is a great way to build that bond and also build your strength and focus, I guess. Because to beat Chelsea Green, you got to be even more of a hot mess than a hot mess. So good luck.
She better
Well, we've
snatch
got
him.
Sol Ruka and Zarya here. That takes care of Chelsea and Piper, but who's going to be the X Factor with Alba Fire now as part of the Secret Service?
Well, let's go ahead and look more towards what's next for Fatal Influence. They're right now with the NXT General Manager, Ava Rain. And there's absolute Ricky Saints.
I feel like Chelsea's group should be called Chelsea's cabinet. Like the president has a cabinet. Like
Oh,
they
I
should have did
agree.
that.
Definitely a far more better, balanced, effective cabinet than what's going on currently in the office.
Ridge Holland versus Absolute Ricky Saints next week.
Book it, baby.
The irony of Ethan Page telling Ricky that NXT doesn't like outsiders when he came here from the same company Ricky Saints just got here from.
Right?
And strike a smile, because here comes that ego. Time for a street fight.
Ego.
To your point, all ego Ethan Page literally came into NXT and literally shot himself straight to the top in record time fashion towards the NXT Championship. Ego Page looking to prove a point and break a smile once again tonight. It's Javon Evans and Ethan Page 2 here at NXT Roadblock as the action continues. No rules, anything goes. It's a New York City street fight up next on NXT.
Do you really want to be in that type of environment when your jaw was just wired shut a couple of weeks ago?
Ask Javon, because at this point, I think he'd rather, break Ethan's body at the risk of eating through a straw the rest of his life. We have another commercial break. Fuck television. First off, let me go ahead and further endorse, because it's extremely rare that I do this with WWE. Femi, Moose, NXT NXT Championship, The Ruler, the face of the franchise, heavyweight slugfest, clean win, run it back potential. That's professional wrestling! Damn it! All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some people's comments here real quick, as they got the Superman approval. Shadow saying that this match sold me on Femi. Yeah, Albert Femi. Jeff Meacham said best. Motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking kaijus, again, Japanese folks, you know. Well said, Ash, completely agree. Safet saying, what a fucking match. Absolutely. And I agree with both of you and also Matthew and them. I want to run it back TNA ring this time. Let's get
Unbreakable.
both sides. Yeah, absolutely. I was thinking about that. Unbreakable is the next show after Sacrifice, so good call. And if that is actually what happened, yeah, y'all are wrong for that.
I agree.
How stupid people are.
I think it was because he hit the attitude adjustment. That's and it just reminded him of Cena. I think that's
fair. That's fair. He did do that. And Cleveland called Andrew. Please go follow and post your prime cuts. Hope you're doing well, my Ohio brother. NXT is an area in the Cleveland area. Well, please, I encourage you to fucking watch the show in its entirety. That's saying something.
I was going to say, that is probably the best endorsement you can ever get. If the Simple Man Noah Foster is telling you, the viewer at home, and specifically the Cleaver, to watch this as soon as it airs, watch it, damn it.
And that being said, watch Batty for Wrestling when you can, as we have a $2 Canadian super chat with a counter. No. SmackDown's 3 hours, and I think the high score is 13.
I was going to say the counter definitely won't be broken tonight, as we're only on 5, and we've only got 50 minutes left in the broadcast.
Unless they have an overrun. And again, Stephanie, Vaquer, and Guilia, based on what I know those two women can do in Corrigan Hall last year, NXT, let's see if you can surprise me beyond that. This is Joshi Pro Wrestling at its finest. Really show me that you can deliver it to the highest degree. Stand and deliver what could be the best women's division right now in the States. That is NXT. Stand and deliver for me here tonight, Roadblock. Do it. Fucking do it. That being said, yeah, I'm freaking burnt out. That fucking hell, that was amazing. I look very
Yeah.
forward to seeing that. There is no way in hell that's one of it. That just made both those men's career, no doubt. Whew. All right.
But
Well,
the
anyway,
$1 million question will be come the beginning of April, which I'm assuming if you guys keep the Saturday trend, then April 5th will be your top 10 list for the month of March.
you would be
Will
correct.
that match show up on your top 10 list?
Well, there's still a whole lot going on. I'm watching the New Japan Cup. I'm watching the Cinderella tournament. I got the Marigold World Championship match at the end. We got Sacrifice this Friday. We just have Revolution. We had NXT Roadblock tonight. So, again, and this month is not even halfway fucking over. So, right now, I will say this. That definitely is right now on my mind in peak interest with Thomas Toy Summer Mario's Hollywood ending. That's how fucking good that was. Oh my gosh, that was incredible. But again, nothing is official yet, and the New Japan Cup's going on, and I don't know if I'm going to see that or Hiroki Goto and Yuji Nagata. I got so much fucking wrestling still
I
to
feel like we
figure
should
out.
watch that together, Noah, behind the scenes. You don't have to do a watch along, but we gotta.
Yeah, I agree. And again, the New Japan Cup ends March 20th. That's the finals. As we're, of course, in New York City, the mecca of entertainment. And of course, if you haven't already, go check out the watch along we did last night for Raw from Madison Square Garden. It was a lot of fun, and boy, did we acknowledge someone that was pissed off.
And after you watch that, go to the Geekbox's YouTube channel and watch us as part of their streamers react video on Roman Reigns' return.
Again, he got us again. That's so funny, but that's also awesome. And if
I
nothing
love
else,
it. I love it. This is how the IWC is supposed to be, because
damn it,
we do our thing and then he shares us, which helps give us the rub because it's on his platform. His platform has more subscribers than any of us.
Yeah, but also
his videos get more traction than we do. So by us getting featured on his videos, it helps to build us and all the other streamers up. And the fact that we're featured in videos alongside the likes of A&B Combos Wrestling Edition, Denise Salcedo, Cultaholic Wrestling, that is huge for us. So thank you again to the Geekbox. Please feel free to keep using our content for your videos. And I'm sure between Oba Moose and our main event, there's probably going to be something to come out of this video here tonight.
And I'm expecting something to break here between these two men and this New York Street Fight. We're back and Perez right away. Oh man, and Ethan Page just caught Javon with a boot straight to the face. And thank you again to Geekbox. Please subscribe. And if nothing else, folks, let that encourage this community to be better and just fucking enjoy the wrestling business.
If you ever do an MMA compilation, feel free to use any of my content.
A double-A takedown by Javon Evans. Of course, Javon's been hell-bent getting after Ethan Page ever since he broke his smile. Not just the Vengeance Day, but to y'all's point, we saw what happened at Vengeance Day when Ethan Page brought out that new move, that twisted grin that jacked Javon Evans after he jacked his jaw of that mouthpiece. And again, this street fight, folks, can go anywhere in the building. Anything goes, falls count anywhere. And we know New York has its fair share of extreme combat. Not just in wrestling either.
Is this the same venue, Noah? You may know, because this is the theater at the Garden. Is this the same adjacent venue that they did the Lions Den match at SummerSlam 98 in?
It might be. I was only 6
Owen
years
Hart
old
versus
back then.
Ken
Owen
Shamrock,
Hart versus Ken Shamrock.
because that pay-per-view was at the Garden and they went to somewhere adjacent for that match. I'm wondering if this is that same building, the theater.
You might be right. You might be right, but we also know that the Garden and the theater have been renovated since then too. So
so it may not be exactly the same, but you get my meaning. If it's the theater at the Garden, it's still the same, renovated or not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just figuring about like the outlook of the lines and the size and the area around it, but so much has evolved from Madison Square Garden and the theater. I wouldn't be surprised. Speaking of evolve, if you want to look more towards the future for WWE and who could else show up in NXT, go check out Evolve on Tubi, folks. Again, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. see who evolves here in WWE to become the future superstars of NXT and beyond. Oh,
Definitely
man.
looking forward to seeing what they've got in store for us tomorrow night. Last week was a hell of a debut episode of Evolve.
Jack
Curious
Hartwell.
to see where they go with it. Yeah, Jack Cartwheel, Cappuccino Jones,
That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard.
Swipe Right.
Ooh.
Some good talent over there.
The most
Good
punchable
swing.
faces in the industry. Swipe right.
And again, right now, Javon Evans swinging for the fences against Logan Page's back with that steel chair.
He's swinging right. Shit.
And this has been boiling over since December in Low when Ethan Page lost at deadline. And Javon Evans says, we want to see the real Ethan. And Ethan showed Javon exactly what that is. And it's only made him even more dangerous and aggressive since.
This has been a hell of a rivalry for Javon Evans. If you think about it, you think about the years of experience Ethan Page has with him to be using that to help get Javon Evans over in this feud. I wonder if Javon Evans realizes how big this is for him.
The young OG
Yeah,
at 20 years of age, it certainly wouldn't surprise me. Former Deadlock Pro Wrestling superstar, of course, bouncing off the ropes and taking it even up and over. Leg first to that chair. Here's the cover. Hook on the far leg that hit the chair and gets a 2 count.
For a street fight, they need to venture away from the ring. I want to see them fight to the backstage, through the crowd, something.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. You would think Street Fight would be more, aggressive, rogue, wild. Otherwise, you might
Here
as well
comes
just
some
call it a
wood.
TLC. Well, you might as well just call it a TLC match or no disqualification at this point. But to your point, yes, here comes a table.
Let me see them fight in the street in front of the Garden.
Yeah, let me see a freaking New York City taxi just drive by.
Right?
I had a picture of the Garden as our background. I don't know what happened to it. I guess James deleted it or moved it or whatever. But
it's a different brand. But also, I mean, again, it is what it is. People know, and if you don't know, now you know.
Oh, what? James did something in here?
Probably. And Javon Evans right now. Even Page hooking up Javon. There's that table. It's a flip roll up cover by Javon. Gets a 2 count. Oh! Jumping punch there.
Find it.
Open punch strike by Ethan. Went for the kick. Javon got him with a super kick. Great scouting by Javon Evans. Ethan Page on spaghetti legs. Went for a big high kick. Both men met with a high kick. Both men down to their knees. Now both men grabbing a chair. Both men swinging. Stinging effect. High kick miss. Ethan Page hoisted up by Javon. Boom! Fireball on a chair!
it's not going to get the victory. Don't get excited.
Stop denying me my excitement with one of my favorite damn moves in this business. Delivered the best by Knows in the Catch Cut since El Generico. Damn it. Anyway.
People have won more with a roll up than a Blue Thunder Bomb, okay?
Shut it, Walter! Damn it. Ethan Page right now, not on his feet, and Javon readjusting that table in the corner every time. The Blue Thunder Bomb, the bane of my freaking wrestling fandom existence when it comes to everybody else on this ring. The Javon Evans right now. What the hell is Javon doing here, setting up these chairs? There's an electric atmosphere here at the theater, and Javon now standing on these 2 chairs. The Javon Evans, Oh, no. You don't, no, not a pile driver.
Through the chairs? That would be sick.
Ethan Page driving the back of the head of Javon into the top turnbuckle. Now see him on the top turnbuckle, and and ripped up. Oh, man! Back first, a victim of his own device, cover by Ethan Page. Kick out at 2. Still able to fight free. Now hoisting up on the shoulders. A running power slam for the tail on the corner. Good grief. Cover by Ethan Page to win the street fight. Gets a 2.5. Who's going to win the street fight? The street fight continues here on NXT Roadblock as we got another commercial break. Fuck television. Good Lord Almighty.
There it is. Walter found it.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. That's appropriate. And again, Javon Evans and Ethan Page trying to break each other's spine in the process versus just their smiles, it seems, to say the least. How far does this evolve besides the man's jacked up jaw? Good grief.
Throw him in front of a subway, Mortal Kombat stage fatality style.
All right, let's not go that far. All right, they are still human beings. They are not supernatural. But stay tuned.
Right.
You might get Mortal Kombat folks from Simply Gaming. That and so much more. Soft launch to come this weekend. Stay tuned.
Well, the
Good
point I was trying to make when I mentioned the background is have them fighting out with this type of shot.
I agree.
You've got the marquee, the garden, overhead. It would make for a great visual
Yeah.
cinematography,
Paul,
to
Paul
do
Heyman knows
something like that.
Paul Heyman
Freaking
knows
throw him into one of those hot dog carts. New York's famous for having those.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
the hot dog cart is more in numbers than the fucking taxis in New York City.
Freaking the hot dog cart that Dodger went and stole all the hot links from. Keep away from Oliver.
Oh, good
Right.
Lord.
Why should I worry?
When once he was a wee lad, I'm sure he watched Oliver and Company as well. We know he
I
watched
did.
Aladdin when he was once a wee lad.
Oliver and Company was far better than Aladdin, especially because it didn't require a sequel. That's one of my favorite hidden gems of actual movies I saw
One of
when I was
mine
Thank
watching
too.
that.
you.
I love
Thank
that
you.
movie.
I remember seeing Oliver and Company in the theaters, man. I still say to this day, Oliver and Company is the true kickoff of the Renaissance period, not The Little Mermaid, which was the movie that came after it.
Yeah.
Why should I worry?
The Aristocats was more worthwhile for me than the Little Mermaid. Anyway, you use the condiments as weapons.
But I mean, the voice cast was fire. The story adapted from Dickens. The songs were great.
Yeah, you're there,
Francis.
Walter here singing "Why Should I Worry" a moment ago. Non-copyright. Non-copyright.
Non-copyright, damn it, non-copyright. Yeah, I remember Francis. Freaking hell. Lord.
Tito,
Anyway.
voiced by Cheech.
Tito, good grief.
I think that was my introduction to Cheech because I was too young for Cheech and Chong humor.
That's probably the only way people know Cheech with Cheech and Chong anymore.
If this is torture, chain me to the wall.
That was my favorite line in the whole movie.
Ooh, I think she likes me, man. Good grief.
Go ahead, Noah. There, look at that.
You're getting a tiny bit of the wee lad in me out tonight during NXT Roadblock, which has been an incredible wrestling show. I've enjoyed this far more than last night. I'm not gonna lie. This has been absolutely brilliant. There's a reason why I stuck on NXT, my wrestling brand, the wrestling brand of WWE. This proves it. Damn it.
And this is why, from the jump, I have defended this. Even when it was still 2.0 in the Rainbow Bright, I saw the potential.
Well, potential has been honed, and we'll see if it continues to be honed as we still wait for this match to come back on our screens before we see a beautiful Madness versus La Primera leaves with all the gold here in NXT. And we are back here at NXT. Javon Evans looking to fly off the top rope, flying with that clothesline and bouncing on impact.
Almost a phenomenal forearm of sorts there.
A phenomenal lariat, shades of Ricochet that he took out Zack Sabre Jr. when he arrived in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And Javon looking to fly off the second rope again. Oh, and again, like Vengeance Day, caught out of midair with a big right.
Can Ethan Page capitalize here?
Uh-oh, got him hooked up.
Ego's Edge.
Edge, bouncing Javon up and over. Shoot the half, cover hooked up far leg, kick it two.
Your boy's definitely bouncy there. Did you see the way he bounced off the mat after landing on that Ego's Edge?
Yeah, look at this! Look at this freaking flight though by Javon Evans, giving Kevin Knight a run for his money. Those freaking air miles, and again intercepted out in midair. Didn't look like he jacked his jaw as bad this time, but that Ego's Edge bounced him up and over, and he's showing not only he's bouncy, he's resilient. What's Ethan Page saying? Oh,
I can't hear. I got it down.
Vaughn Evans just slapped the shit out of Ethan Page. Ethan Page jaw-jacking there.
Wow, how much jaw-jacking has Ethan Page done to everybody here in NXT, especially the Javon Evans? Javon lining up all Ego. Good grief.
You know what I didn't notice? Does Javon have the mouthpiece in again?
I don't think so.
I honestly haven't paid that close attention, Walter.
Yeah, I didn't see him fly out of his mouth here, and he just wanted not to chew fly off Ethan Page's mouth, and just sent him up and over the steel steps. Knee first, and literally using everything around him at ringside to rock Ethan Page. Again, there's no rules, it's all legal. Swinging a miss by him again, bouncing off. Oh! Corkscrew kick into the chair against Ethan Page's face.
Ethan Page smartly rolling to the outside.
I don't see any blood coming out of Javon's mouth, thankfully, right now, though. Javon again looking to fly. Oh, God!
Holy shit!
Over the top counter through the table to the floor.
Yeah, but how much did he damage himself? He kind of landed back first. See that? He
Yeah,
kind of went through the table.
I think Javon got more of that table to your point, Walter, but still both men are down the outside. It's a fucking car wreck out here.
Look at Ash joining in saying she's gotta add NXT PLE's specials to the upcoming watch list.
Add a girl, Ash. Add a girl.
I definitely recommend them more than the other stuff here for this company.
Unlike the Tilla, who we can't get to switch over to
all right,
Tuesdays.
let's leave Attila alone. All right, let's leave Attila alone.
Well, we know she's going to be working tonight because of this with Moose and Oba Femi and the Hardys versus Fraxiom.
What is Javon figuring here as he just braced Ethan Page up against the table, grabbing the small of his bag, and Javon Evans looking to fly over the top. God fucking Lord!
Oh my God, his head was close to that barricade.
Javon Evans literally kamikazing himself into Ethan Page up and over the fucking announce table. That didn't give. That's how bad Javon wants to hurt Ethan Page tonight. Take a look at this.
I don't want to. I don't wanna.
Dude, he cleared the ropes.
He could have probably cleared the announce table if he wanted to. He was literally target siding. He targeted Ethan Page like it was nothing. Springing up again off the top rope. Your boy's bouncing. Corkscrew splash. Cover. 2. No.
God damn, what is it going to take for Javon Evans to put away all ego Ethan Page? And to your point, Walter, he is not wearing the mouth guard.
Are you kidding me? Good grief. What the hell is now going through Javon Evans' mind? Oh, wait a minute. Why is he doing that steel chair? Uh-oh.
Going for a little bit of payback here.
Oh, no. This might be taking it a little bit too far, but I guess, you know.
The fuck you say? Payback is a bitch.
Yeah, but your ego to get the better of you. Face first goes the chair in Javon's face. Again, Ethan Page vindictive, but also calculated as they come. Twisted grin denied. Javon, another. What the hell? That was an RKO.
Out of nowhere.
Face first on the chair. Wait a minute. And Javon up again off the second rope. Oh, my God. Springboard cutter on the front of the Page on the chair. Cover. Javon Evans wins this street fight affair.
Damn, how many times?
Very much deserved victory there for Javon Evans.
And definitive.
Cody Cutter with the chair around Ethan Page's neck for the victory.
A hell of a fight, a hell of a win for the man that bounces tonight, bouncing back into victory. Look at this beautiful corkscrew splash. I thought he had him here. That was perfect.
Can we be done with this now, this rivalry, please?
I mean, the only thing he didn't do was literally twist Ethan Page's grin or break his jaw. He might have might have warped his neck. I don't know what more you can do after that.
I don't know. You got to wonder what's next for both men.
Well, one thing's for sure, Javon's bouncing forward and wait a minute. What?
Lights out. We may find out what's next right now, Walter.
What the hell?
Oh, it's probably that group. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Well, New York knows their fair share of rides and gains. Here comes Retribution.
Do we know the actual name of this group yet?
No, we don't.
Right?
And Javon is standing in the ring all alone by himself. And here comes these freaking renegades. Sorry, JJ. Attacking Javon in the corner. It's a 4-1 assault. Freaking mugging a beatdown here.
Well, I mean, it's not something that New Yorkers are unaccustomed to.
You're not wrong there. Oh, my God. We saw the last time these guys were involved in NXT, they destroyed Eva Ray's offense and left Robert Stone laid out. I don't think Eva got enough security here tonight to restrain these guys here. What the fuck was that about? Well, we got a full commercial break once again. Fuck television. Congratulations, Javon Evans, despite the fact he got laid out by that Timu Retribution. Javon Evans still with Yeah, that shit. Jamon Evans wins the street fight against All Eagle, Ethan Page. Holy shit.
There's no rhyme or reason to them. They just attack any and everybody.
Yeah, there's no mission statement. We haven't heard a word of these guys or some cryptic video. They couldn't pull a Semi Callahan freaking Death Machine TV antic. What the fuck? Anyway, let's see what y'all
I
are
was going
saying
to say
here.
they're better booked than the Death Riders are.
You know, you're not around there so far, but the jury's out as far as enjoy the ride. Anyway, Shabbatai saying, "Give me what NXT will be a challenge and a hard sell. You're going to have to convince me, LOL." Well, I'll leave that to you on a different time. Maybe that could be a shenanigan topic.
I will say to you, Ash, the same thing I always try to say to Datilla. If you're going to watch the specials and the PLEs, then you kind of got to tune in each week to see how the stories build to those matches. Otherwise, you're lost going into the PLEs.
Ash, I'll put it to you like this. I don't watch NXT because, again, fuck television. But I watch the highlight every week on YouTube, and it's worth going through that 10 minutes to see what these women especially are up to. And I do call these PLEs and these specials with these guys whenever I can. Not necessarily television, but Roadblock is something special. So we decided to do this. Thank you, Walter. But we always call the actual PLEs. They're on the Peacock. So if nothing else, check out the highlights, check out the Peacock shows, or keep just following along with us when it comes to me, JJ, and Walter's reactions to NX fucking T, whether TNA is involved or not, because it is the shit every week from WWE.
And subscribe.
Yeah, well, that goes without saying, but yeah, keep saying it. Anyway, there you go. And this robot seems to be more of a pay-per-view quality matches than TV special. We are spoiled. Even WWE can actually do TV specials that feel like pay-per-views when you talk about NXT. Just saying. All right. Well, again, to you, JJ and Walter's point, been a phenomenal show, phenomenal time tonight again. I have enjoyed this far more than last night. God damn it. Lord forgive me. This has been fucking incredible. We saw Javon Evans bounce Ethan Page off a fucking steel chair and win a New York street fight. We saw Femi able to beat the system as he and Moose had a heavyweight slugfest for the ages in an interpromotional warfare. Please run it back. We also, of course, kicked things off with the Hearts, successfully retaining the TNA Tag Team Championships against Fraxiom after a twist of fate, miscommunication caused Fraxiom towards the end. And we also saw Jordynne Grace overcome the Prodigy this time, Roxanne Perez, on one leg with a Juggernaut driver. What does that mean for Roxanne going forward in NXT or even in WWE? We'll find out soon enough. So I hope everyone's enjoyed the reactions, commentary, the excitement, the engagement, the passion, the attitude that has always exhibited what NXT was founded upon. I hope you enjoyed this watch along. Please like, subscribe to Value for Wrestling. Put a link in the description. Comment, tell a friend. I hope everyone's enjoyed this. We do this for all the biggest shows, review specials across all the biggest brands wrestling. WWE, NXT. Yes, I still call it its own demics that should be. Ring of Honor, TNA, AEW, and of course, independent scenes. But we're about to get ready for our main event where all the goals on the line. La Primera versus Beautiful Madness. Guilia versus Vaquer. NXT Women's and NXT Women's North American Championship. Title for title. Winner takes all at NXT Roadblock.
All the marbles are on the line.
Yeah, and all the pride with that too.
I'm getting excited.
It looks like we're going to learn a bit more about Shawn Spears' family and maybe their motivation to join him, as we got a little bit of an interview here with Brooks Jensen. Perez the Weak, Slaughter the Feeble. Nico Vance, who I don't know jack shit about.
I don't know much about him either. No, it's okay.
But you do know a lot about Izzy Dame, and boy, did Izzy Dame surprise us in that steel cage aligning with Shawn Spears and truly screwing the family. Most vindictive.
It's the fucking House of Black.
Pretty much.
Shawn Spears is Malachi Black. Izzy Dame is Julia Hart. Buddy and Brody are Nico and Brooks.
And the jury's still out on that. Let's see how effective and actually accomplished they can be. Shawn Spears is one guy. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. It's definitely given vibes.
Yeah, JJ, you're right. Did they actually put out a name for this group?
No. The Calling.
There it is.
Yes, they did. There it is right there.
Yeah, the Calling. That's weird. I don't know.
Well, that's one weird name. Also, a weird name is Fame, which is not a fucking word, but the W Hall of Fame will be taking place Friday, April 18th, 9 p.m. Pacific time at the Bellevue Live Theater in Las Vegas. Maybe now they'll finally treat the Hall of Fame like a serious occasion and people will dress up in more than shorts and a t-shirt and sunglasses. Show some decorum for a night where we honor the greats of the past. WWE Hall of Fame Friday, April 18th, folks. And yes, we will be highlighting and covering that as part of our WrestleMania week-long watch-along schedule. And it's going to be absolutely fucking insane.
Absolutely. We've made sure to cover the Hall of Fame these last few years. And we've now got Eddie Thorpe being interviewed here.
And boot out of the building.
Timu Tatanka.
Will you stop that?
You know what? I'm going to give Eddie Thorpe some props here. He's nailing Dakota Kai.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's doing what most men thought was unthinkable. Because I could have swore that Dakota played for her own team. So if Eddie Thorpe was able to pull her, got to give some props to Eddie Thorpe.
Yeah, because I damn sure didn't know that.
That might be fair in this case. That might be fair. Man, he's getting booed out of the damn building.
I can't even hear what he's saying because of the boos.
That's because they're
talking
saying
about how Trick doesn't like to get hit. So what's going to happen next week when they're in the underground?
You better stop talking about Trick before he come out and whip you.
To your point, Walter, and coming off!
Holy shit.
Whooping that Trick.
Yeah, quite literally.
I couldn't have timed that better.
And right now, they're over at the announce table in the ring keepers area. Trick, I couldn't wait for next week, apparently.
Wrestling Rule 101, say somebody's name and they come out.
But look, okay, not everyone is freaking 250 pounds of primo elevation, but Trick Williams is a former ST champion, double A takedown, and Trick Williams right now, we're supposed to be getting ready for a main event match here. But it is going to be something next week to see these two fight underground. Big clothesline since they Thorpe have been over.
This has got to be their last match, right? If it's an underground.
You would think.
From a strap match to underground, that's enough now.
And again, Trick Williams has had enough of Eddie Thorpe. He's looking to shut that man up once and for all next week. NXT Underground, folks, on NXT. Speaking of which, you also got a lot more coming up on NXT, JJ. Go ahead and talk about it.
Looks like we're going to have a 6-person mixed tag team match. Luca Crucifino and Stax and Rizzo versus Nico, Brooks, and Dame. We've also got Ricky Saints going toe-to-toe with Ridge Holland.
And how about this one?
The United States Championship from the main roster will be on the line as Sol Ruca challenges the woman that Noah has pledged allegiance to, the hot mess, Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green putting out a tweet. Absolutely applaud with NXT scheduling this match without her approval. It was not signed in her office by her cabinet, not signed by the Senate. It should not happen. But again, either way, she's going to prove a point next week, Tuesday night.
She may get her soul snatched.
Well, we'll see who gets snatched of a piece of gold tonight as we get ready for our main event. There you see Beautiful Madness, La Primera. It is Guilia, Vaquer. It is champion versus champion. It is our main event up next on NXT Roadblock when we return from this commercial break. Fuck television. And like I said, as long as Meacham has been literally somehow either, I don't know what the appropriate political term is here. She's not part of any office, so you can't impeach her. Deported. Deported from the Women's United States Championship picture. That's all I care about, all right? Anyway, I am looking forward to So We're Gonna.
I don't know about talking about deporting someone in 2025, though.
Yeah, whatever. All right. People still find a way across the borders. What? Anyway, Chelsea, So Ruca again, such a complete athlete, former tournament tumbling champion, taking on Chelsea Green. This is going to be a very unique opportunity for So Ruca. So I'm looking forward to watching that match. Thank you, Women's Wrestling on YouTube. So I'm looking forward to seeing that big opportunity for So Ruca. And I know Zarya definitely will be in the corner, and I'm sure the secret Hervis will be in Chelsea's green corner. Now, with Alba Fire and Piper Niven, the Scottish stick together. Ain't that something? Anyway, I love it. I freaking love it. All right. We got another commercial break, so why the fuck they do this shit? Let's go ahead and talk real quick a little bit about this championship match coming up for those that don't know. Julia, of course, previously was involved in the all-women's promotion in Japan, Joshi Promotion Stardom. Her nationality, she is a melting pot. She was born in London, half her family's Italian, and half her family's Japanese. Most of her childhood, she was bullied for being so different. It was professional wrestling that found a beautiful escape for her where she'll not only belong, she could be violent. She then went on to start to create a group called Donna del Mundo, Women That Play in the World, after her time in prominence, and went on to star and become the World of Stardom champion, as well as Artist of Stardom champion, the trios titles. She had incredible feuds and fallout with friends inside her faction too, including Siri and Tam Nakano. And of course, we also saw her recreate a bond with her sister, Crazy Girl Suzu Suzuki, during her time in Stardom. Her last match, though, after she sent Ariba Denchi to a rival she hopefully never sees again in Tam Nakano, she went on to help Rosie Ogawa to create Marigold. It was at Marigold last year in July where Saray and Giulia fought over the Marigold World Championship, and that was literally Giulia's last championship match before she headed to WWE. As she left your ladyship, my Sakurai there to be on her own with how much potential she has now, the Marigold United Nations Women's Champion. Since showing up in NXT last year, she has trailblazed her own path towards the NXT Championship after losing it last year in Chicago, thanks to the return of Cora Jade, but thanks to La Primera, probably her only friend in the business, Stephanie Vaquer, showing up in NXT. These two not only beat Cora and Roxanne at Halloween Havoc last year, they both transcended to championship glory. Giulia winning the NXT Women's Championship at New Year's Evil, while Stephanie Vaquer won the NXT Women's North American Championship at Vengeance Day. And now both these women who built a friendship off of rivalry and respect in Corrigan Hall last year through Stardom, through New Japan Pro Wrestling, through CMLL, over the Andrew Strong Women's Championship, is now going to duke it out here tonight in the main event at Madison Square Garden Theater for both the NXT Women and the NXT Women's North American Championship. Winner take all. There can only be one that truly calls himself the best. And we're going to find that out tonight. I cannot fucking wait for this. Again, stand and deliver. Stand and deliver. Considering stand and deliver is literally the main stop for this brand and the next stop. Giulia and Stephanie, stand and deliver. And I know what people have told me and what rumors, reports, and everything said. I haven't seen anything official from WWE. So again, yeah. Let's see what happens. It is main event time at NXT Roadblock. And Walter, here comes the Dark Angel of NXT first. La Primera, you said it yourself. That means champion of champions, and Stephanie's looking to become that tonight. Certainly
I wonder
present.
what El Diablo Dudley is going to think if she wins here.
Anyway, it's going to be a one-of-a-kind special moment, not just for these two women, but for NXT and for women's wrestling, damn it. Stephanie Vaquer, born in Chile, the first South American WWE superstar winning gold here in WWE.
Speaking of El Diablo Dudley, I haven't seen Bubba at all here tonight. We saw Mickey James. We saw The Undertaker. Booker T is at ringside, but he hasn't really done anything else. We haven't seen Bubba Ray Dudley, but the LFG coaches were all supposed to be in the house here tonight.
And for all we know, he's still probably somewhere backstage. We are in New York. We're not in Hell's Kitchen, though. And here comes Beautiful Madness herself from Beautiful Insanity, Giulia, our NXT Women's Champion. And to think, in their illustrious careers, they legitimately have only faced each other one other time in one-on-one action.
Talk to us about it, Noah.
We're looking at the best of the best here, the best of Stardom, the best of CMLL, who came to WWE, now fighting for the richest prizes in NXT. Stephanie Vaquer, of course, who came into NXT last year after the Forbidden Door, and of course came in during the summer, while Giulia followed shortly after. That is a sight to behold right there. Take a picture, folks. Let's go down to Mike Rome for our main event introductions. Give it to us, Mike. And JJ, you give us the here we go before that bell rings.
One fall.
fucking go!
Champion versus champion, title for title. From San Fernando, Chile, the NXT Women's North American Champion, Stephanie Vaquer.
31 years of age, 16 years in the game.
Means she's been wrestling since she was 15.
That is correct.
And from Tokyo, Japan, the current reigning and defending NXT Women's Champion, the beautiful madness, Giulia.
31 years of age, 7 years in the game, trained by the likes of Milano Collection AT. JJ, this is your brand. This is the cornerstone of women's wrestling. Both titles on the line. You know what you need to fucking do.
Both belts held up in the air by the referee. This could very well be the biggest match in NXT history. NXT Roadblock main event. Giulia with the blue hair, Stephanie Vaquer. The bell sounds, and here we go, starting with a nice hearty handshake of sportswomanship.
As we should. Stiff Condom will tie up, though, as they should as well. These women's forged in combat here. And again, we talked about the takes with the men's championship match. Let's go ahead and look at the women's championship match here. Again, you both have seen Stephanie Vaquer and Giulia here in NXT. JJ, what does Giulia need to do to retain the NXT Women's Championship and beat Stephanie, knowing that Stephanie has beaten her before?
That's a very good question, Noah. I mean, again, we don't know if the rumors are accurate. If they are not, then Giulia just needs to execute her game. There's a reason why she's the champion, and Stephanie only has the mid-card title.
Walter, you've seen Stephanie Vaquer, of course, La Primera. You talked about what that means, champion of champions, to have that mentality, to believe you can be that in this business. What does Stephanie need to do to beat Giulia here again on the grander stage here of NXT for the NXT Women's Championship? He might be on a call, though, so I'll talk to him later. And both these women had a stalemate here after Giulia dropped Stephanie with a stiff right, and mutual respect there.
Well, to the point there, you said Stephanie defeated Giulia before, or did Giulia beat Stephanie in their previous encounter?
Stephanie beat Giulia last year in Corrigan Hall Strong Women's Championship with a roll-up counter to her finisher.
Then Stephanie knows what it takes to beat Giulia, and she needs to remind Giulia who the fuck she is and that she can beat her at any given moment.
We've also seen Giulia's growth, though, since then, of course, leaving Stardom, former going to becoming part of WWE as we got a modified heel hook here. Both women tied up and both women rolling towards the ropes.
But again, if Giulia is injured, Stephanie Vaquer, is she going to sniff out the blood, target the injury, and work that weakness? Or is she going to give her friend the opportunity to stand and deliver the match that these two women know they can have and not take advantage? We've seen in the past what has happened when somebody, a friend, knows about an injury and they don't take advantage. Look at Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes.
Big right hand. Yeah,
Kevin Owens had the opportunity to take advantage, chose not to, and look at where we are with those two men now.
Yeah, one's going to WrestleMania. The other one, for all we know, he's got a date with a Viper. Big missile drop kicks instead of a curl up and over out of the corner by Giulia. Got the distance on that drop kick. Take a look at the replay here. Good grief.
Beautiful drop kick. Great flat back bump there by the champion.
Setting Giulia up and over, though. Again, we talked about before the respect, of course, like you said, is there. But again, when the gold is on the line, and setting flies with a crossbar up the top, Wyman Giulia on the outside. Who is walking out here as the women of NXT?
We will find out, I'm sure, after this commercial break. Picture in picture, fuck television.
And Stephanie Vaquer sending Giulia in the ring. And stiff kick to the side of the head. Giulia, of course, with a successful title defense at Vengeance Day against Cora Jade, Bayley, and Roxanne Perez. Stephanie Vaquer, who beat Fredlyn Henley at Vengeance. Vicious net breaker, German net breaker from the apron to the floor to become the NXT Women's North American Championship with two defenses so far in her repertoire against the likes of Carmen Petrovic and I believe Kalani Jordynne, and Giulia has retained control of this match.
For
Again,
the
tapped.
time being, I mean, you got to wonder how much leniency the referee is going to give here. You know, he wants a decisive finish.
Yeah, you know we don't want to count out, and at the end of the day, it's still a championship match. Disqualification means nothing. If one woman gets disqualified, then no titles change hands. So again, nothing gets settled, and I think there is too much respect there. Besides the fact that literally you have your eyes on all the prizes. Julia driving that boot into the front of Stephanie up against the bottom turnbuckle in the corner. And to your point, one of these women will definitely stand and deliver at WrestleMania, possibly both titles around their waist. Massive boot running through Stephanie. Pulling her away from the corner. Here's the cover. Hook on the far leg. Gets a 2 count. We also know that the likes of Jordynne Grace, Jada Parker have eyes on these championships. We saw Jordynne Grace victorious earlier. It was Jordynne Grace that stood with these 2 women when they both had to go at the end of it and say, not her vicious right, might have just KO'd Stephanie there. Of course, Julia one time literally lost her hair to change her style after coming back from injury herself. Cindy Vaquer, of course, who has literally been fighting her entire life to get this opportunity. Encouragement from Mysterio, cover, hook of the leg, lateral press, and another 2 count there. A slow, methodical approach here, breaking down Stephanie as Julia. Of course, Julia has that Arriva Denchi knee and that Northern Lights bomb, while, of course, Stephanie Vaquer has the SCB. And, we all know what this is. Oh, good scan by Julia, able to escape that.
Stephanie was going for Booker T's favorite spot.
Yeah, Booker T with no brain, can't even name that freaking move. Why is Julia right now going for a chin lock? Again, these 2 women know each other so damn well. And Julia taking a page out of Stephanie's book. And she dribbling Stephanie face first in the mat. Are you kidding me?
Damn it, why do we have to be in picture-in-picture?
And cover, wow.
No, I give you credit. You do a great job calling when it's picture-in-picture. It's hard for me to see that shit.
I guess
I definitely saw what they were showing me. I just mad that we had the freaking picture-in-picture there.
Well, I mean, still, picture-in-picture is still somewhat annoying. Again, fuck television. As we're back here on NXT Roadblock again, Julia Vaquer, NXT Women's and NXT Women's North American Championships on the line. And we saw that vicious neckbreaker earlier as Julia's been working the neck on Stephanie this match. Now, Stephanie, it's a feat. Shout out to Gail Kim there. TNA Knockouts great. The original TNA Knockouts champion. And Stephanie right now looking for a run up here in the corner, targeting Julia with the double knees. Again, there's no turning back for either of these 2 women. One of these 2 women is going to leave with all the gold. The other leaves with nothing. And here's what Booker T wanted earlier. Stephanie dribbles Julia face first in the mat. Don't know what the basketball team is in New York. Good grief. Disorientating.
The Knicks.
Whatever.
The New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets, and I believe the Garden is where the Knicks play.
Cover hook in the near leg on Stephanie. Gets a 2 count.
Even I know that, Noah. Come on.
I don't watch basketball, remember?
Okay, I get that, but I'm sure you've heard of Patrick Ewing.
No.
Really?
Not that name.
Legend. He was in Space Jam. I know you saw that when once you were a wee lad.
The only basketball player that was relevant from that movie is Michael Jordan.
That's not true. Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Muggsy Bogues, Larry Bird. Come on
we're
now.
in the main game that mattered. Underhog superplex.
Because Jordan was the only one in the main game. Damn it. The fucking Monstars had stolen all the other guys' talent.
And they still lost. Anyway, thank you, Ghoul06.
Well, no one's stolen these 2 women's talents because, damn, they're fighting.
Yeah, take a look at this massive double underhook superplex. And it looks like she landed arcly on the right shoulder there. We'll see how that plays out here for this match. Swing and a miss. Oh, but did not miss with that super kick. And Julia hooking her up. Backdrop suplex, vicious.
I might call bullshit on the rumor that Julia was hurt, and that's why they did this, because she don't look hurt to me.
Look at this, though, as Julia has Stephanie hooked up on the shoulder. Spin out. Mitsunoku driver hasn't done that deal, no! able to kick out is Stephanie. Guilia runs again, hooking up Stephanie, positive that Norman lines bump. Stephanie able to scout it though. Big forearm shot, clubbing shot in the back of the head. And Guilia right now and Stephanie looking to regroup here. And I don't think Stephanie right now wants to be there. Went for another kick, gets out of the way. Stephanie follows up, coming for him in the corner. This is starting to really, oh no. God, dragon screw leg whip to Guilia. Damn, that move has to suck.
It does.
Ripping all 3 ligaments in the leg. And Stephanie might be looking for her finisher. SVP connects. Cover. Hook him off leg. Kick out Guilia at 2.5.
Oh, wow. I thought she was kind of close to the ropes. I didn't expect her to actually kick out.
Kudos to her. Bring awareness aside or not. She still got both legs, but that is the first person NXT to kick out of Stephanie's finisher. Again, both NXT and NXT Women's Championships are on the line, title for title. So you got to go above and beyond. And Stephanie might look to do that here. Off the top rope, corkscrew plunge of a Guilia Connor. Triangle, submission only play.
Triangle armbar. It's a combination.
Rolling to the reins of Saturn.
Yeah, again, forget about the strain on the neck and both arms trapped, and Stephanie is nowhere near the ropes.
I used to use that when I wrestled. I called it solitary confinement.
Will Stephanie tap? Will Stephanie find an escape? Will Guilia win both titles here tonight? Stephanie turns her body towards the ropes and forces the break.
Great ring awareness by La Primera.
Oh, wait, the roll through. Cross leg cover. And kick out 2 by Guilia. Talk about wherewithal. Oh, that knee. And that might be Arriva Dancing Step. No.
Wow.
Both women have kicked out of the finishers at this point.
There's one thing that Guilia hasn't used yet, and that's the Northern Lights. Whoa, wait a minute, Stephanie escapes.
Oh, she dropped her.
Super kick. And another one, jack in the jaw of Guilia, big hook kick there. Guilia's still standing though. Stephanie again. SGB.
Oh, in the middle. It's got to be over.
She's not done yet.
Gonna go for another one.
Come on, give it to us.
3 times the charm. Took the leg. 1, 2, 3.
Stephanie
Stephanie.
is NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah.
Stephanie did it again against Guilia. La Primera prevails over Beautiful Madness.
La Primera. Oh, man, Josh, it would have been and new either way, man.
You called it, Walter, her nickname. Now she truly can solidify herself as such. Stephanie Vaquer is the champion of champions. NXT Women and NXT Women's North American champion. History made tonight in the Garden Theater. Congratulations.
Some of the highlights here, Noah.
Yeah, that Reva Danci knee, I thought that literally was it there. But to your point, work over the neck, the SCB, not once, not twice, but 3 emphatic times. A modified package, Ushigoroshi, hook of both matchbook cover, excuse me. And Stephanie makes history tonight at
Nice
NXT Roadblock.
Come on, where's the fireworks?
Congratulations to Stephanie Vaquer. History has been made, and we know that she will stand and deliver on the grandest stage NXT has to offer. One thing's for sure, there is no roadblock in her way. And Guilia with the nod of approval, she's got to respect that. She knows how much her and Stephanie have grown to get to this point. Guilia, you might have a detour in your future, but for now, one woman stands tall in the end, the champion of champions. Congratulations to Stephanie. As NXT Roadblock goes off the air, 4 Walter Cruz for JJ Williams. I'm Noah Foster. Thanks for tuning in to this incredible watch along. This is NX fucking T. Start watching and respect women's professional wrestling, damn it.
Damn it. Woo.
My NXT.
Damn it. Fucking hell, amazing show, top to bottom.
Holy shit.
So for those of y'all out there that watched NXT tonight, possibly for the first time, can y'all understand now why I've been championing for this brand for the better part of 2.5 years?
It definitely brought back that vision, that passion, that level of excellence and incredible professional wrestling greatness that the Black and Gold had. Black and Chrome truly is on another level with the likes of Julia, Vaquer, and Femi and Moose happening. This was an incredible show tonight. Oh my gosh.
And Ash saying 4 contenders for top 10 matches of the month right here on a 5-match card.
It's gonna be hard, and we still got Japan to go through.
Ash, you're watching the New Japan Cup. Slow your roll. But as far as WWE, yeah, these are the best matches so far this month in WWE. Period.
We still got Stardom to go through. We still got the New Japan Cup. Man, we might have to extend it to 20 though. Shit.
No. That'll be
no. If y'all are gonna do 20, then next month is the month to do 20. Because goddamn, everything we're gonna be watching WrestleMania week.
Yeah, right. And again, thank you everybody that was watching along with us, whether it's for the whole time or part of the ride. You all make this possible. It's why we demonstrate our madness and our passion here for all things wrestling. It's why they have me call every wrestling show under the sun with my 6 suits and simple mentality, because I love this business, damn it. But thank you again, Dwayne, Matthew, Safet, Ash, everybody, of course, Gino, Emmanuel, Ghoul Zero. You all know who you are. I hope that you all enjoyed this as much as we did. Again, all the fucking wrestling. Damn it. Gold 06, accurate. Good grief. Oh, man, that was incredible. Well, we don't have a watch along tomorrow, folks, and I don't know if I'm going to go impromptu tomorrow or even do a simple take. I know that Sunday was interesting, to say the least, but stay tuned. We'll see what happens. But you will definitely see us back here Thursday night for TNA Impact, and then predicting for TNA Sacrifice if you're part of the TNA League. As we'll cover TNA Sacrifice Friday, we have the Saturday Shenanigans Kick-Ass Karaoke Special 90s edition.
And before we get to that, tomorrow Walter and I are going to be doing our top 10 country songs from the 90s.
Yeah, that's right. I was about to say, you all have that as well. So again, whether it's wrestling, combat sports, collegiate sports, or other forms of entertainment, you'll get it all here through the Simple Reliable Studios every day of the week, with the addition coming very soon of gaming. But for now, there's one thing that's coming towards me, and that's sleeping. So JJ, Walter, anything you want to say before we conclude and bid these fine folks and I do? JJ, I'll start with you because this is your fucking brand. It's still undelivered, damn it, and we're not even there yet.
Hell of a show by my brand again. If y'all have been wondering why I've been championing for this brand for 2.5 years, it is shit like this. This is what I see when I tune into my NXT. It doesn't matter what week it is. Everybody's allowed to have an off day here, an off day there, but consistently, it is the best professional wrestling show every week. God damn it. Again, make sure y'all tune in tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, for Walter and I doing our top 10 country songs of the 90s. We'll then be back again, like Noah said, Thursday for TNA Impact, Friday for Sacrifice, Saturday for House of Glory, plus Kick-Ass Karaoke. And then Statboy has Selection Sunday coverage on Sunday as they do the brackets for March Madness.
Good grief almighty.
So make sure you tune in. We literally have a minimum of one live stream every single night this week. And Ghoul06, thank you for coming here. I'm glad that you saw us on Geekbox. I'm not sure what channel you are subscribed to, but make sure you subscribe to all of us here in the Simply Reliable Studios, Rage of Wrestling, Casa D18 Studios, N. Foster 1916, J. Hebert Side 95. Show your love and support to all of us here that are a member of the Simply Reliable Studios team. And then, of course, Batty for Wrestling in the chat there, Shadow Batash.
Nice, appreciate her. Yeah. All right. Well, Walter, anything you want to say in conclusion regarding what we covered tonight, and any last thoughts or any last plugs before I bid everybody a fine adieu? Or should I say arrivederci?
I think that's a fitting word to use tonight after Julia lost the title.
But all right, got to Julia.
I just had 3 things to say. NXT.
Damn it.
And we are that indeed. So until Whether you watch tomorrow night or friggin' Thursday night, make a positive impact in life. Arrivederci, and have a good night.
Why should I worry?
Non-copyright.
Why should I
care?
care?